I see a Santa dolphin Jurassic. What are you? Stupid face. There's not even anything on the screen yet. I don't even have my headset on yet. I just saw you say something, so I turned my mic on. I got a couple more things left to do here. There we go. Mike, can you shut off the dining room light? The right one? No, it's just, well, that one's just brighter. How was Deep Rock? Deep Rock was deep. We've been playing on some of the harder difficulties right now, so it's been so it's very entertaining, very close on a lot of things, but we've been succeeding pretty good. The camera's not on yet.
Well, I was waving at you.
Oh, thank you very
Hello,
much.
Oreo.
So here,
Move in front of my face. It's much better.
And actually, okay, let me. Yeah, I can go to this. Hello, gamer Nico.
Hey, I bumped this.
You're not
I didn't bump the mic.
Oh no, I'm just waiting for it to go all over the. It's like welcome to stream, and then Mike just like.
That would be an amazing start.
For anybody that wasn't at the stream yesterday, because we did a Jackbox party stream yesterday, Mike is actually able to talk now, like a normal human being.
I still can't hear anything.
I have the splitter set up in the back. You just need to grab your headset.
Well, I will be back then.
I just need to get this set up a little different there. So I'll consider that good. So Mike is actually able to speak now without me like shifting the mic over. So you see again, Happy New Year, mate. You can still watch it. So if you go into the whatever, you can watch that recording from yesterday. And it was fun. We've been doing that yearly. I would like to do it more. I ended up actually picking up the next 3 packs. What do you call it? The 5, 6, and 7 for Jackbox. So that's kind of fun. Can I hear anything? I think so. So next time we'll have to give that a shot. Oh, blur. But as for today, we're going to do more work on stuff because people love seeing work. I did. I guess I gotta. I'm gonna move this down just a little bit because it feels like I kind of sit lazily. Happy New Year, gamer. Trixie is getting violent. Yes, she's gonna stab. Well, she got a knife.
Is the place to plug this in an easy to access area?
Back on my computer, there's a splitter sitting at, where there's only one cord plugged in the back. Where are you going?
The back of your computer.
That computer. That's my computer. That's the stream PC. There's look on the. You should see like a splitter there. Yep. Michael's learning things.
Well, oh no, I see it.
Uh-huh.
I can see it's very dark.
Okay, so volume dropped for me, so that means it went in. So I just turned myself up. So okay. Anyways,
It's so loud.
can you hear it now? It's like
There's
real.
music.
I love you trying to like make faces, but they can't see you. Your head was too high.
No, they're what? It's not all for them, you know.
Anyways, hello.
It's all for you guys.
She's killing ketchup. That's what it was. Ketchup.
It's music.
You know what?
So
Also,
bass.
Celebrate the overthrow.
you can hear talking.
It's super loud.
You turn yourself down.
I don't know how. This is just a standard headset. I don't have volume control.
It's super loud. I mean, well, actually, this
is my volume control. Here we go.
Okay, that's fine. See, I have mine. Well, actually, it's probably super loud because yours probably defaulted to super all the way up, and I have mine always turned all the way down. So,
yeah.
Anyways,
yeah.
So I'll turn it down a little bit.
Overthrow.
That's fine.
Hello, gamer. I was wondering something. You make amazing SFM videos. Thank you very much. So I wonder, did you ever make something in SFM that is not MLP related, and if not, are you planning to someday? Funny, if you I just put out a video for Twitch subs and patrons talking about my plans for next year, and that is actually a topic that is covered, because yes, I did. I have made non-pony stuff.
It's something about a dragon.
Yeah, like for instance, I do. Well, I guess not videos, but I like Rathalos. I've done a lot of stuff for. So a lot of his shorts are included in there. Outside of that, though, I did do what was it called? It was we did a Saxy, or I helped with the Saxy. And that was with a rabbit, and I didn't do the animating. I did the lighting for it, and that one got nominated, didn't win, but nominated, which is pretty cool. And I've done a couple other little things that I can think of, but otherwise mostly pony. But the plan is over this next year to definitely branch out into remove pony as the primary and probably solely focused.
Well, you haven't been solely focused on pony in a long while.
But from an outside perspective, it looks like it. My channel is very, very focused on it.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a long-term growth potential
for anything. You're talking to a man in a pony shirt.
Yeah, right? I know. So the idea is within the next year, I do want to find some other areas of content to make within, and a couple other types of content. I mean, we're doing the live stream highlights and stuff, but I have a couple ideas for other stuff. But that'll come as it comes. But yeah, we do have plans for I have plans for moving forward with some non-pony stuff as well. But I haven't figured out what those are yet, because I very much am like doing the spur of the moment, like this sounds like fun, and just going a direction with a fun idea. And I also have some pretty high standards for models. The pony models, a lot of them work really well, and I understand them really well as well. And anything outside of that is when it starts getting into a lot more complexity. So if I'm going to use a model from a different game, does that model exist? How are the facial animations? Does it actually work very well? Because some of them you can get access to it, but does it actually give you a good product? So it does limit things quite a bit. I'll try your hand to some Half-Life Alyx memes. I don't want to just stick with memes. I want to actually make some more, because that's what I've been doing with this, is these goofy shorts. I do want to do some more, not like Remembrance, something that big, but I want to do something that's not just funny, but impactful again. But those are hard, because you can do something funny in 5-10 seconds on video. You can't really do that for something that's emotionally impactful, because you have to build up an emotional state for somebody. You can't have somebody feel loss in a video without understanding who that person is, and to give them value for that loss. So that makes it hard. But I do want to do stuff like that. So I just working on animation while you're listening to your stream. Oh, double task. It's good. I love your videos. You remember his video, hit square in the fields, keep your gossip work. Yeah, and that's what I loved that concept with that, and I appreciate it. And I want to do more like that, but that video had one big payoff, but it took 4 minutes to get there, and that's the problem with those types of videos.
I just get a smirk on my face.
What?
I'm just reading comments.
Oh. Here's an idea that I have in my mind for a long time. Real PC. Make intro. Yeah, there's actually a couple. The whole reason the Rathalos thing started was I was looking around the workshop trying to find a model of a dragon that I could use, because I wanted to take one of the original Bahamut summons from Final Fantasy VII, and I wanted to just remake it and as close to the original as I could, just maybe better quality. And but I couldn't find a dragon that worked. The closest I could get to something working as a dragon was the Wrath of Wolves model. But then I found that there was some extra facial stuff on there that I'm like, wait, can I actually do lip syncing with this? And I ended up just joking around and posted this stupid little thing with none of the facial flexes I added later, but just the very bare bones stuff, which is just like a couple lip controls and then open and close. And it actually kind of worked and people loved it. So I was like, hell, like I kind of want to do more with this. And that's where that whole thing took off because of me wanting to branch out a little bit. No, and that comes down to like request type stuff where I have plenty of content I could pull from if I wanted to like remake or do something for something that's already out there. But
you saw me a decade ago. I'm scared.
Off topic questions. Okay, yeah, really, this is with this stream. I don't care what you guys ask. You can treat it like an AMA or anything. I'll answer what I'm able to anyway. You can say your idea. But like I said, a lot of the stuff I've done before is like even here. Well, I'm still at least building a unique idea from it, but I'm still taking audio that already exists and I'm still using characters that already identified. This is Sombra and then this is Trixie. They are pre-identified. People already know who they are. That makes it difficult where if say you wanted to grow a brand around or you want to develop characters in some way, but I don't own these characters at all. I want to actually get something in place to where it is a character and a story that is completely under me. So it isn't about utilizing somebody else's IP, because if it comes down to an issue where Hasbro says you can't do that stuff anymore, I am screwed. So I want to have something that is more me, characters and a story that are built from my brain, and not even saying OCs of ponies, because that is still following something, but something completely unique. I just haven't figured out what to do with that yet. But I do want to do something with that so that it's like an identifier for a channel. So, but yeah. Ricky, you should know the whole intro movie of the game, Heart of Darkness from the PS1 1998. Heart of Darkness. I mean, I don't think I've ever played that, or actually, I don't even know if I've heard of it. I'm thinking of like other potential references.
I think I've heard of it before.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, but I don't know if I'm thinking something else. Yeah,
I could talk about Shadows of Darkness. It was a Quest for Glory game made by Sierra.
Don't get me started on Sierra. But so the one thing actually, just as I remembered it. So last stream I had the issue before where there was this like particle effect in the map that was floating back there, and I couldn't get rid of it. I did figure out how to get rid of it. Kind of. So it is gone, but it basically was like I had a splinter in my finger, so I cut off my hand is essentially what the solution I went with. And so there is a console command called r_draw particles, and it basically just disables the ability for the engine to render any particles, which then also causes issues where technically there is no magic particle effects in any of these shots that come up later. That's fine. So when I render this shot, I just have to remember, and that's why I put it there, I have to remember to use that command, render that shot without the particle effects, and then all the rest I just turn it back on. So it works 100%, and it's an easy solution, which is the ones I like. I don't like when it's like all this crap workaround stuff. And that I always use these little text bits in there as a reminder to myself of things to do. And then I did, well, just before the stream started, to add a little hill here, added some volumetric fog, a little bit of extra lighting on the side there, and a bit more volumetric fog here to kind of give it like a feeling of like smoke on the ground. So that kind of works now. Like, I don't think I need to do much on that. I might poke around with it a little bit because I still don't like the heavy contrast here, but at the same time, it's a stupid video of Trixie attempting murder, so I don't know if I should care enough. I think, you know what?
Adorable horses murdering stuff is always fun.
Like, I get to see her, like, she's just walking around, like, stabbing people as they're all screaming, and you're like, yay!
I mean, as long as she's not, like, stabbing any of the good horses. Like,
what does that mean?
She can stab stallions. That's fine. Just no cutes.
I'm thinking, yeah, turn up the mics a little bit.
Like if she wants to stab Big Mac, let her have at it. She's got adorableness to spare.
So we're gonna mark that green. I like being able to do that. It's just like a cinema movie. Yeah, I love some of the old games. The cinematics for them were really like Final Fantasy was a great cinematic game, Final Fantasy VII, but it was very, very cheap. Well, other than the pre-rendered stuff, the graphics were cheap, but even some of the non-super graphics stuff were cinematic in their own way because they were working with the engine that they had at the time, and so that's why like some of those cutscenes were really, really cool. And I would really like to try to not reimagine, but put them in a different kind of light. It's just. I love Bahamut, and I actually have, I think right behind Michael there's an actual, like, the Final Fantasy X Bahamut. It's like $100 statue, and it's like the wingspan's like this.
He's performing Hamlet.
Yeah, he's got a skull in his hand because he can pose him. And so that was super cool. And so I love Bahamut and from all the games. But the only model that's available on the workshop of Bahamut is from Final Fantasy XIV, and is like the one where his chest is absolutely enormous, and it just doesn't fit the character, the like serpentine type look from the original Final Fantasy VII series.
To answer your question, because Big Mac is not cute, and he has no cute creds.
Oh, it's interesting what can be done with V-Red. To make some anime characters could be a good starting point. Have you taken a look at V-Roid Studio? No, and I can't click any links that are in chat right now, or I'm unable to. But no, I've never heard of it, so I'm not sure. I hear a splinter of fingers, so I cut off my hand. I was like, "What are you have both your hands?" No, it's in terms of this. There was a small issue. And the solution was to just disable the ability for the engine to do anything even close to it. So it was a drastic solution to the problem by going multiple layers down and just disabling things outright. But it worked. So like I think if I go up, yeah, so I can turn it back on, and now this is what it was looking like before.
I think that looks good though.
But no, that white layer.
It's fog.
Not completely going up. Plus, you can it not like that, because if there's fog here, why isn't the fog here?
You'll have to put fog there.
But then if I put fog there as a light, it's going to also affect this area, and now I've got that being an imbalance. It doesn't work.
Derpy.
Yes, there's.
It's like here you are trying to explain like complicated things to me, and like
Chuck Wagon said, "Dude, why
Derpy.
Big Mac?
Why Big Mac?" Because I said, I mean, he doesn't have any cute creds. He's not cute. He should die.
I can try looking up the game later. But I can't. I'm not able to click any links in chat during stream. Hey, I just showed up. I'm hearing murder, and I'm down. There's no murder. Trixie did not do anything. She is innocent.
She killed that cake.
She murdered that cake.
That cake is dead.
Catching up here. Different kind of light moves 5 degrees to the left. Perfect. Yeah, sometimes it's like you'll move something like a quarter of an inch, and it's like, wow, that little difference made everything. I was supposed to give you these at the New Year's stream, but it wasn't there because I forgot. Oh, no problem. But thank you very much. Happy New Year.
What are those?
It was definitely a fun stream.
They look like magic mushrooms. I can't really tell from here.
Magic mushrooms?
What the symbol is?
It's like a guy holding up a checks box because you're blind.
That.
My cup there. But yeah, thanks for that. And apparently everybody got emotes. That's cool. Nothing. Trixie did nothing. She did nothing wrong. Look at
that face.
She attacked the ketchup.
No, and look at that face. It's innocent. That's the face of innocence. No, not Celestia. Celestia's got years and years of baggage, like a century of baggage minimum. Like
right here?
Like just in her soul.
In her soul?
Yeah. She's here. I'll say it. The alicorns aren't as cute as the base pony models. The base
Celebrate
the mares.
the overthrow of the central government.
It's so weird hearing him.
It's time to kill someone.
So in terms of Trixie only shots, I do need to do some more lip syncing, but I hate doing that on stream, and I've been kind of distracted otherwise to be able to do much on it outside of here.
Wait a minute. Is cake a sandwich? Like
Trixie's dumb. She probably thought sausage cake's some kind of sandwich.
Is it? I mean,
no.
You got 2 pieces of bread, which is the cake, and then the in between is the icing. So it's an icing sandwich. Cake is a sandwich.
I don't know.
As long as it's a double layered cake.
Well, no, like
a single layered cake, no, but a double layered cake, that's a sandwich.
Because I think that, this one is layered.
It is a double layered cake. It's an icing sandwich.
It's an icing sandwich. I'm gonna go get me 2 slices of wheat and some buttercream. Delicious.
Yeah, I'd eat it.
Yeah, it'd probably still be pretty good.
I mean, you get diabetes.
Yeah. Pure diabetes. Mike, are you drunk?
No. Sandwich. Cake is a sandwich.
So I think I kind of want to. Well, actually, what I should do is get this part finalized for this knife, because as of right now, the knife isn't animated. I need. The idea was I need to get a. Where's the part where she's just sitting there with it? The knife isn't actually sitting still very long. This is, I think, the best I'm going to do. So, I need to make a cycle for the knife. And the reason is because, it's just under knife. All the shots are going to have her holding it, and so I want to have the same cycle for her holding it, and I don't want to make it unique to every shot. Needs a wiggle like a floppy. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. It's just the floating in the air, kind of like the fork is doing here. But I need to look like a portal into something. But I want to make sure that all the shots that are using it are the same bit. But if I go and just do this whole shot and things are moving around, I can't copy paste all that other motion. So I wanted to do it unique. Or here I need to figure out like what's the time breakdown. I'm gonna right now mark these. And then move that out of the way. So now I got some extra time in this shot. So we're going to grab our knife here, and I'm right now going to say, if this is 1 second of float time, I'm thinking I'm going to need 2. Oh yeah, it's going to need 2. Nope, it's actually going to need more.
What's with all the people talking in the background? Don't you hear the voice? Of course you do. You put it in there.
Yeah, because she's teleporting to basically like a hall.
Yeah.
With other people.
I thought it was just her and Celestia.
Right now, I'm going to put other people in the background. They're at like a cafeteria type setting or something. So it's the white noise essentially. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yes. Are we watching what happened at Shattered Fringe? I have no clue. Maybe. The cake is the lie. Yes. Trixie's icing changed my mind.
What did I do? Why are you looking at me?
I was so drunk last night. My cat was so weird. Yeah, I actually drank quite a bit last night. I ended up drilling on her last night. Oh, poor kitty. Well, they probably did the same to you. So, no, I had two really strong whiskey cokes and then like a glass of scotch on the side, and it was.
At least you knew to drink some water towards the end. At least you knew we were sober enough that you knew you needed to drink some water.
I was just thirsty at the end, and so that's why I just went and got some water.
If you hadn't drank some water, I imagine you would have woken up with quite the headache.
I woke up at like 6 something, and I felt a little woozy, so I went and got some water and took an ibuprofen just to be careful. Shuttered Who fridge. Okay.
Why did I hear a dog?
That's when we get a follow. Thanks for the follows,
wow.
Fox. He just normally isn't used to hearing things.
It's like I'm like somebody who's hearing things for the first time in their life.
Like when you first got to try glasses.
I could see. This is.
So I'm going to do the up and down motion with... Actually, I should... This is difficult. I don't like the idea of shifting this shot again, but this is not really that much time. I think if I do something like this... because I need enough time to keep the 3 seconds fully in here without interacting with this. So we are going to say this is where that point changes. We'll move all that over.
So now that it's the New Year's, how long do you think it's going to take you to stop writing 2020 on everything?
Did I put 2020?
No, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of times it takes me like a month before I stop putting 2020 on everything.
I usually, for the first like week, I'll do okay because it's on my mind. Then I'll start going back into like, okay, it's just whatever, and I'll completely forget. But eventually, probably by like February.
I mean, 2020 lasted like 300 years.
Can unicorns use handleless knives? I don't know. It depends. I don't know how magic works. I think at that point it's just headcanon.
Ow! I cut my magic. Shouldn't have held it by the blade.
Okay, so how I do loops is I do 3 sets of it like this, so it's identical from one to the other, and then I will copy everything happens within the 3 seconds to all the other 3 seconds, and anything that crosses over, I'll copy what happens from one back into the other, and it works pretty good for what I need.
I do think rum tastes better than whiskey. I agree with your hubby there.
Here's that. Are unicorns careful to only pick up a knife by the handle, or do they grab the whole blade with their magic? It depends on whether or not are they interacting with the object. Are they removing its gravity and then creating pressures on one side to then push it using its lack of gravity? Are they creating a field of which negates certain properties? There's too many other possibilities.
Are you trying to scientifically understand magic?
No, that's what I'm saying is it's hard to say for sure because you don't know.
Let's give logic and reason to magic.
Magic. I got too much magic in my throat.
Too much magic.
So this is the floaty. No, where's my floaty point? Okay, that's my floaty point. So now I have it going up, and what I'll then do, and this one I should be able to round, is we'll bend this down. And right now it's very static, and that is fine. That is the intent. Now I can grab this and then shift it in time. Actually, I just realized I put that bookmark there, and then I moved it. Oh, whatever.
Oopsie.
It was 20. I can figure it out. But now I can shift this in time, and I shifted the wrong way. Let's go that way.
Don't feel bad. I haven't counted as a viewer in one of his streams for a very long time.
Really wish I could continue more of his streams, but school and time zone won't let me. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is the best I can usually do on normal days. Doing it any earlier or later is just hard.
You need to stream all day, every day, 24 hours.
Nope, because I have a job.
A week. You're not even allowed to sleep. Forget about work.
But we are planning on very, very soon starting the Fallout 76 stream. Probably within the next week or so.
Only we could mod it.
Thanks, Chuck. So that would be probably on Sundays, and probably starting earlier in the day too. But that's not animating it in any way. and we've been I've been considering doing more impromptu type streams. It's just I like scheduling stuff ahead of time and not just hitting the button and then expect like being like, hey, I'm doing things, because then if people miss out and they're like, oh, I didn't know you were gonna do that. So I think that actually works pretty good. Hell, you tick. So now that this is basically kind of done, the one thing I'm kind of worried about with this is the animation for this is right now stiff on the top and bottom, and that's fine because I can just like smooth this out a bunch. Oops, not with jitter. I can just smooth this out a bunch and it will look pretty good then. The problem is, can I copy this and paste it? So if I go to here and I say copy, I go here, paste. Oops, did I do that right? Copy, paste. I think it is still rounded. Okay, then we are good. Actually, I just realized this. I did break something here. There we go. Because sometimes small physical motions like that do not copyright when after they're smooth, and so I wanted to make sure that was fine. Okay, now just to make sure this is fine. So now this is basically an infinite loop. So I can repeat this forever. I guess you could call it, it's seamless, to where there is no border between these. So where it goes from here to here is exactly the same. That means that I can now put this in every shot. So I can grab this. I did realize that there is one problem because I did it based on the root. I have to grab the root's positioning too. So I'll handle that when it gets there. So.
Did you want that drink, by the way?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Here,
I forgot I was going to put it in the freezer.
Let me take your coffee cup.
Oh, sure. Sorry, what did I miss your question? I need to know something. Why does the face of Trixie remind me of Forgalow's Starlight Glimmer? Actually, I think that I would be surprised if that, because I've seen his stuff, if it's very, very similar to, because I do like his Starlight Glimmer. And so I've thought about using Starlight Glimmer, but for this, reason I've just kept it with Trixie is because it's basically the same as we did with Trixie in the previous video, so it's kind of like the same Trixie type thing. So yeah, but I wouldn't be considered or surprised if I was inspired by it in some way, but I wouldn't consider it the same Trixie. But I liked the idea of just a blank-faced character that just goes along with whatever's spoken.
Which fits pretty well with Trixie, just in general. Just like kind of shrugs. I think that's the one MLP episode I watched recently, was the one where she was just like not caring that she teleported away the map. She just wanted to eat some cinnamon nuts.
So this one, I probably don't need to worry about the floaty bit of it because the motions are a little different. Or with how it's posed. The main concern is, and even here, I think this is excessive. But I can't reduce it because then I will run into that problem of the small motion problem. And even there, now I'm thinking about it, like I can't really think of much situations where it's going to be needing that same copy. Here's one, but knife, come back here.
Is it Fat Albert?
I'm here for something big but funny is on its way. Okay.
It's Fat Albert. I can feel it.
Why are you shaming Albert?
He's coming. Oh Lord, he's coming.
Oh Lord. Oh, Lordy, coming.
Coming.
Well, I'll.
Okay, so that'll work for that. I'll definitely reduce the motion, but I cannot do it until it is finalized. It's just I won't be able to copy paste it.
You
Here you can't see the knife, so it's fine. Here you can. Oh yeah, I gotta. Where's the knife?
Oh,
again?
you haven't baked the model yet, have you?
The what?
Oh, of course you haven't. Oh, people are noticing the wobbles.
Oh yeah, the wobbles will be there.
I agree. He should leave them in.
The models are very wobbly because
Reasons.
because of reasons is probably the best way to put it. And so I'm just leaving it there for now because if I bake it now and therefore lock it and it becomes an editable bone to get rid of it, all the automation for the other Juco bones are now locked out. So I wait until I actually do the animation for it. Then I'll basically just bake the bones and immediately remove all the ones from those jiggles. Why they're basically made to be Jello doesn't make any sense to me, because as far as I am aware, ponies have bones.
No, but they got a lot of the cushion apparently.
Stop now.
Oh yeah, there was the Jurassic gets that stupid face. We haven't even started.
Oh, you got two stupid faces?
Well, he did it before we even started the stream.
Oh, jeez.
And then he did it yesterday too.
Well, I made a stupid face for that one.
Just let me copy the knife here, and then I will get on that. There we go. So it should be seamless. Okay. And then I don't have to worry about it there. All right. So that's basically just those sequences. Screen got stuck. Stuck. It's moving for me. I'm not sure.
You know, I am very much looking forward to that Fallout 76 game because
It's good for you.
that's what they played.
That's right. Yeah, it must be what you're saying. The what?
Fallout 76. I am looking forward to that. Just
or stupid.
they've
stuff.
added a lot to that game.
Oh
since
yeah.
last we played.
I opened up the game last time on our old characters, and like the first thing I did was see an NPC talking to me, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And
People
it was confusing.
in this game, an actual world with a story. Madness.
Yeah, I am looking forward to doing that, because it'd be like a
Do you need that mustache?
a story driven narrative for us to work from. I think it's pretty fun.
Oh, there you go. I mean, check out this cool bunny rabbit I have. Oh,
I heard you making noise over there, and I was gonna check because
she
I
didn't
was
load in.
no, yeah.
Well, she's a very good rabbit. It's just her model isn't always working.
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm working on Senior Trixie.
It's like the disguise she wears so no one recognizes her. She changes nothing else. She's the master disguise. It's upsetting how well that fits her face.
She's like,
That's the cool thing with ponies. Hats and like mustaches are very interchangeable.
Wee. I'm like, here we go.
Oh no. It's like, Hoppa!
Hoppa. I'm not gonna win.
Who would have guessed that Trixie was Italian all along? It explains so much. What is happening? What are you doing? I don't like it. You just like the standard hat. You think that'd be easy to find?
There's the Odyssey hats.
Gross. Those things were.
Oh wow, that's a lot. I'm not downloading that many models.
They were like sapient hats. It's unnerving. I don't want my hat to be alive. It's very close to my brain. What if it decides to like take over?
Don't they have like just a separate Mario hat?
No, you probably have to download the whole model and then take it from that.
But a lot of these models, like the way that the hair is set up is based on the way that that hat is on. So the hat is probably not going to be just removable because the hair underneath it wouldn't work right.
That would be madness not to be able to take off the hat.
Or they would have to have a separate version of the model that did allow you to, and you could swap to it because I just don't see that working right. So that's why I am looking for just hat, but I'm thinking that that's probably going to be an old thing. I mean, how often does a friggin' hat update?
I don't know.
It's just red, and it's like a baseball cap, and that's a chicken with a gun.
That's Luigi showing off his butt.
Why can I
He
not
does have the
see-
better butt of the two brothers. There's no doubt.
I guess you check. All right, one more page.
I always liked like the running joke that Luigi's just the lame brother who never gets invited to parties. It's got eyeballs. That's not Mario's hat. That's like a
You played Odyssey
demon.
with me, didn't you?
yes, and I was.
You
the
ordered
hat.
the hat. Don't make fun of yourself. Why is this just his head?
Oh, that's the head from the opening screen on Mario 64. I don't know why anybody would just have the head, but
Well, wait.
no, that's the Bowsette crown.
You can use the
thing.
Bowsette crown. Actually, it's the same guy that does a lot of the conversions for the Monster Hunter stuff.
I mean, Princess Trixie would be pretty great.
So I guess we're gonna go without that. We can instead. Let's go with a there we go.
There you go. That's a hat. She's very dapper. Yes. She's ready to perform bank transactions. She just needs a monocle, and then you know she's rich.
There we go. So she's just like confused.
She's so cute. That little blink and head turn.
So then she's got her. She can do like little bounces.
She's so cute. See, there's nothing you can make that's cuter than this horse. Just saying. I like horses.
Hi, my name is Trixie. Oh. I'm worth millions.
Look at that face.
Extortion.
She does look like somebody. Like she looks like somebody who would want to do the right thing, but as soon as like the opportunity came up to make a lot of money off of other
She's
people,
like twirling the end.
she'd be like,
She can't do that though.
"I can be evil just this one time. No one will mind."
She can't twirl like here. Okay, she's twirling the mustache.
Totoro.
That's about as close as I'm gonna get.
No one would recognize her. You can't tell that's Trixie. That's not Trixie. That's
Oh,
Mixie. Yeah.
Luigi did quote you there. He does have the better butt of the two brothers.
Yes.
And it's better not even giving context that it's Mario and Luigi. Yeah, must Trixie. That's a elegant Trixie. Yeah. She must ask you a question. She looks like watching like from Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, the classic one. I'm a big fan of like the BBC one with Cumberbatch, where he's not at all. She needs a monocle.
She does need a monocle. That's how you know she's rich. She can only afford half a pair of glasses. Rich people only ever are able to afford half a pair of glasses.
And there's an actual pony one.
Oh, nice. What character is... Fancy Pants. He wears a monocle.
Oh,
it's probably his monocle from the show.
I'll get that fixed so now I can. There.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
You know what you was making me think of? Where is it there? And she's like, you passed go. You get $500.
$500? Wow. Trixie is generous.
Oops. I'm just thinking like, this looks like the Monopoly guy.
She's adorbs.
She's just like,
no, broker.
Bank transactions.
Oh,
I need pictures of Spider-Man.
J.J. Jameson all of a sudden. Sure.
Oh, wait, does the mustache have like different... Wait.
Oh, no. It's like, No. It went from mustache to nose hairs.
It probably is tied with...
Just really thick nose hairs. So she needs to pluck those.
Hi, my name is Trixie. Yeah, she's got the monocle. Yes, she does. Perfect, yes. She got her hoof raised. Hoping the teacher picks her. No, this is... She raises her hoof because she's at an auction. And she's like, 20 million! 20 million!
She's excited. Nope, she killed herself. She got too excited. Self boops. Oh no. Not on the internet. It's too lewd. That's her twin who didn't quite make it.
250 bits for the 1,000. Who bids more? Who bids more? Oh, read about great. Question Adventures, Sherlock, Sparkle, and Watson Lolomon. No. That would require that's like a full-on large like scale story to build something like that. I do want to do some bigger story type stuff. But whether or not I do it with ponies is where I'm unsure of so far, or at this time. For some reason I want to see if the mustache makes a good eyebrow. That's the head. I mean, kinda. If we want to.
Oh, now she went from fancy to like the incest child of the rich family. She got the unibrow and just like, Explains the blank face.
She got a comb over.
I guess it's not quite a unibrow. It's just very close.
This evil eyebrow.
Why is she evil? I think the mustache is what makes him evil.
Yes, she wins. I will take this stuff.
It's worth noting that anyone with a mustache is evil. That's how the world works. He's evil.
Okay, we're gonna take that stuff. We're gonna keep it there. It's just gonna be hidden. So at any moment we can be like, "What pa?"
Mario
It's like
is a villain.
It's like, who's this? Who's this?
That's Trixie.
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, who's this?
She's an adorable
Okay,
horse.
who's this? But then,
Where'd you
who's it
go?
now?
I don't know this stranger.
Yes, but he looks
Stranger.
But they look quite trusting, and like they might sell me a great elixir.
Yes. I think they want to challenge me to a race around the world.
I got a full beard thing. I don't have a mustache. One of our friends, John, he has like the full mustache like that, like it curls at the end and everything.
pretty amazing.
He's had it for years. He's got a lot more facial hair right now. But yeah, he does have a full mustache. Actually, on our Discord, his name is right now Mustachio because of that. Thanks for the follow, Salmon. Salmon Pupper, bark bark. And so it's funny, and we're planning some stuff in the future that's camera or with camera stuff where he would probably be on there, and then you'd be able to see his fantastical mustache. Actually,
he lives by that mustache. If he shaved it, we would probably stop talking to him.
I have a video of him, my vines, the one that we did, the one that originally was what Haim Twilight Sparkle was based off of, was from, or has John in the background. Am I going older or newer? This is older. This was the secondary one, so it's not that one. No. It can't be this. It has to be here, but why am I not seeing it? Oh, I had actually done a conversion, so it is this one. Yeah. So you can hear the audio, but that's John. He's got his big mustache. So, well, yeah, I don't know the audio we're playing, but yes, that is.
It's gotten bigger since then. He's also got the beard now too.
I'm sorry to hear that, Moon. Hopefully it goes well. It's I've known a few people that have caught it, so I know it's rough.
Yeah, it's hard not to know at least some people who've gotten to this point.
Oh, yeah, Trixie's
gone. Tends to spread.
Well, when you have something that's like what 150,000 or 200,000 people that have got it, yeah, you're gonna hear somebody eventually. Oh yeah, so this shot, what I have to do is the lighting, which is not.
Today, we celebrate the overthrow of the central government.
I kind of want to do a couple extra things with him, but I can consider it done. So in the future, I might want to add something. But at this time, if I were to just finish everything else and not care, I could just call it good. But I do want to add probably. Oh, I did add the hoof lift, but I want to potentially add a little bit more sway to the body. Because sometimes I find like I've been defaulting lately to just really, really cheap animating, and to where there's a lot of back and forth sway and then maybe a hoof lift. So I want to try to add more body motion. Okay, so we need to figure out the lighting on this shot. I'm going to take every light that exists in this one, and we're just going to copy it into the next one. First, I'm going to create a new light so that it makes the group. Then I will paste it and delete that. Okay. So this is not going to be what I want, but I now have a basis to build everything off of. So, okay, so main light was on this shot made to be kind of actually, I don't even consider it main because it's not really him, but it's the main blue light on the ground. So I will move that. And actually, I think that could kind of work the way that this one is right now. Is this shadowed? It is. Okay. I'm not seeing much for shadows being cast here, though.
Make another drink. You need anything?
No, I'm good. And I think a lot of that is distance. Okay, so that needs to be there to get as dark as possible. I'm still not seeing anything pop up with them. So Argo, what if you put a wand code on Trixie? All badass always, as all badasses wear one. Well, the whole idea, I think, for this is that it's just going to be Trixie being Trixie. Having her be anything else feels like it might go outside of that a little bit. Or make it feel like I'm putting her in a whole different situation or a different time period or something. I kind of like the idea of it just being Trixie. Trixie being Trixie. Lumber mill worker. I've never gotten tested before. Michael had to get tested for something, but he was negative, so it's fine. Humidifier. Yeah, actually, from where I am, it's usually really dry, and we have a humidifier built in for HVAC. So it's it's still not the greatest, but it is better than normal. I used to have problems sleeping because of it. So I'm not really seeing a difference. Actually, am I seeing any shadows? No, I'm not seeing. I'm seeing like the buildings, but I'm not seeing. Oh no, there. So I can't do if I go too close. So if I go to here. Okay, so at this point I'm getting a shadow. There we go. But I don't want to make it too sharp on her too. But it does show that they exist. That's good. I think what I'm going to need to do to make it work is back off the light. This is one of those reasons that I am looking forward to Source 2 with SFM, because it is difficult to work with some of this stuff. Like, why can't... Oh, that's because of the minimum. It's difficult to work with some of this because of this weird crap. Like here, I had to actually bring in the minimum or the max to get it to actually light some of the stuff in the background. Like there. And this, I actually don't want the shadow of the building. That doesn't make any sense. So this is going to be a very, very low light. Okay, it's at this point that I'm getting the shadows to work here, but even then I'm still not seeing anything. I think some of this might be oh, not that. No, it's not the depth bias. I think it's just that it's just, I might have to do something like this. But even then it's not that great. When actually, now to think about it, these shots aren't, these shots are not final. I should actually like finish them. They were just slammed on the floor. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, Emerald sucks. Because yeah, I need to. So the bones that I would normally see is that this one would go down, and then these ones would actually come back up. I don't mind it clipping a little bit, like that. That is fine. What I don't want is to have the lack of clipping completely, or I don't want to have it look like it's melted into the floor.
What's happening with the skeleton?
I forgot I haven't actually done them yet.
I thought they were already done.
No, they're literally just in their default position, just jammed in the floor.
Those poor souls. They were waiting so long for Half-Life 3 to come out.
Well, they are still waiting.
Soon. I believe. I believe soon.
It's Happy New Year. Why does Cafeteria have a bunch of skeletons lying around? I like to speak to a manager. This isn't the cafeteria. She teleports to go to the cafeteria. She goes, boop, and then she goes, boop. It's a different map, and at this point, I don't have that map loaded, so it's just going to show her popping up in the same area. Okay, this hoof needs to move forward so that I don't have as much visual confusion.
We have to make sure these ponies all died in a position that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just imagining these horses with their last breath. They're just like, I gotta move my hoof a little over here.
Well, no, it's more of they fell over and now it's gravity. Like, I'm not, like, their tail floating in the air. No, it would have drooped with gravity. Their head, or all these legs are completely going into concrete.
All these ponies were stallions, right?
Every one of them was the winner of a prettiest mare in equestria contest.
No.
Or most boopable nose.
That's worse.
They were all winners of the Derpy Lookalike contest.
You're a cruel person, you know this?
Well, what were you thinking I was going to say?
You were going to be like, yes, Mike. Yes, they were all ugly stallions. There's nothing to worry about.
Okay, they were all contestants in the Mike Lookalike contest.
Well, then they were ugly as hell and they needed to die.
What? You're like, we're going to run a new contest. It's the Mike Lookalike contest. And then everybody that shows up, you're like, and now you can't exist.
Yeah, stop existing. This is horrendous. Spooky, scary skeletons or something spine. Yes, I've memorized that song super well.
Well, yeah, sure.
I just remember the spooky, scary skeletons part. It's like, give me $1, I'll sing you any song. It's like, when the lights go out in the someplace, and the nights something go out on the something.
All right, so what I like, torturing Michael is fun. So what I think we need to do is, if anybody has the voice impressions points, is see a little bit, Wendell, is if you want to submit a song.
No, this is a bad idea.
Michael will do his absolute best to be as horrible as possible at singing that song.
I know. There's very few songs, and the ones I do, I don't remember them all.
Yeah, as long as it's something you think he'll know. So you probably have to stick with
Jonathan Colton. Jonathan Colton, I'll know. That's about it.
Voice impressions. Don't stop believing.
Don't stop believing. Ah, that's all I know of the song.
That's all you know? You just read the words on the screen.
Yeah, that's all I know of the song. I know it's a song that exists. Don't stop believing. Ah, don't stop believing. Don't stop make believing. Is it make believing?
Hello,
don't
Howard.
Stop steaming crabs.
He gave you a 10 out of 1.
That's good.
Don't stop steaming crabs.
Yeah. Don't stop the steaming.
Yes. I want to hear Michael do all these amazing songs. And I think it would be even funnier is him doing his best to interpret a song he actually does not know. Mike created the do da do da do do do.
It's the only song anybody needs to know. Even with the boop at the end.
Oh, the diddly diddly. I forgot the diddly part. Don't stop steaming crabs is very good advice. They are delicious.
Yes, they are good. I haven't had crab in a very long while. He's not big on seafood. Do you like crab?
Like crab, cheese, wontons, I'm okay with. I'm not a big fan of just crab in general, otherwise. But it's also because
the other thing's just cream cheese and fried bread.
Here in Minnesota, any crab you're gonna get is probably frozen from like previously. When you go out to the coast, the fish and the seafood experience is much different than the middle of Minnesota.
Well, I mean, they transport lobsters live. So.
Yeah, but by then they're so far from their home, they lose their power.
Their power?
Yes.
They're lobster powers.
They're lobster powers.
They're tasty lobster powers.
You have them by there. They have to use extra thick rubber bands to hold the claws closed because they're like Super Saiyans. But then they pull them in the coat. You can just probably let them walk around the streets.
The thing is, as far as like cooking lobster, I could never bring myself to throw one of those into a boiling pot alive. And that's how they're cooked. It's horrible. The poor things. It's not humane by any standard.
So a reminder, anybody that does have points for the voice impression, Michael is ultra willing and wanting to
ultra willing and wanting against his will
to sing you whatever song it is that you want, and he will do his best to do his worst.
You know, you're going to be quite unlucky if they mention a song I actually know.
How many songs do you actually know?
Like 5, maybe. In all of the world, and probably not well. Like I said, yeah, there's very few songs I know.
Here's another one.
Even songs I've heard over and over again, I never actually learned the lyrics.
If Michael were to say what his like top 5 favorite songs are,
I don't know them.
But we're gonna let chat decide those 5 favorite songs.
What are my top 5 favorite songs?
So chat, let's like give a. What do you think are Michael's favorite songs?
5 favorite songs are. And yes, rough.
Thanks for the follow. There's so many words in there. Oh. Novinator, Lil Bro Mac, I think. I puts it all in lowercase, so I don't know. I think, can I move this? No, I gotta move this. Wait, this one. Boop. There. Boop. Doo-da, boop. Doo-da, boop, boop, doo-da, doo.
I am pleased that song is stuck in your head. Because it's the dumbest song ever.
It's AA. We play it at the end of every time. There's a cat. There's a cat with its head out of a box.
Cute.
Playing your song. If we go forward with some of the other stuff we were playing this year, I'm gonna get like a remix done of that. That's gonna be the intro.
You see, the crazy thing is, I could not recreate that song even if I wanted to, but I feel like everybody in this chat has heard it over and over again, and they could all like doop dop to the doop and the deep.
No, they technically don't need all their limbs attached, but I don't. Some of the dark implications of such, like I want to make it. If bones are separated, that usually to me means that it was a separation of time. These, I like, if you keep them together, it creates other implications. So, are these long dead bodies that have been there for a while? Is she just, was she there coming there for an audition and everybody else was murdered and now it is her turn to see if she can succeed? I like I like leaving little things in there that let people make other aspects of the story out of it. And in this case, I like keeping them together because and it allows more flexibility.
The MLP theme, something from Fallout 4, a song about Derpy. Dot Boop song. That's the official name now. A Final Fantasy theme.
And Final Fantasy theme, that's broad.
I would think Crystal, the Crystal theme. That's like thinking. The overall. I mean, you can rock out to that all day. I'm jamming.
I love Final Fantasy music. I was actually the whole reason I started playing Final Fantasy 15 again and spent like dozens of hours replaying through the game was because I started listening to this soundtrack again, and I can't play it because I'm probably just going to run into like copyright stuff. But if you're looking for a really good song to listen to, the episode Ignis theme. I think it's just theme of episode Ignis. It's one of my favorite songs. And actually, you can see I've like at least listened to this one before. It's one of my favorite songs from that series. This is going to be maybe like an aging me thing, but does anybody remember the game Wild Arms?
Wild Arms?
It's an old JRPG.
What was it out on?
I believe it was the original PlayStation. Yeah, which isn't even that old compared to like Super Nintendo era.
No, I don't consider it. I'm starting to consider the original PlayStation and PS2 old, but only because I'm slowly recognizing that I am old. No, and I don't like it.
Wild Arms is awesome, but one of my favorite things. Oh, was this Super Nintendo?
Yeah, it does kind of look like a Super.
No, it is game. PlayStation. It came out in 1996 in 1998 in here. But I love that series, and there was a Wild Arms 2 that came out too. But the music from it was great because it was like a Western violin. It's hard to or like a cowboy-esque violin play, and it was really really cool. And that music, I loved the music from that, and the episode Ignis theme is basically has a portion in there that sounds very much like a Wild Arms song, and I love it. So, Xenogears, that is with an X, sir. If I were to go and dig out, I actually still have an original copy of Xenogears on the PlayStation disc. Sadly, I do not have a black label. I have a green label. The black labels are very rare and expensive. The green label is green label being the best PlayStation best hits. They're usually a re-release of the game. The original black label is expensive.
Did you play the Xenosaga?
Yeah, well, for whatever it was. I played Xenosaga 1. I don't know if I played all the others.
Yeah, there were like 2 others. There was 3 altogether that made up the story.
Xenogears was supposed to be out of the Xenosaga number 5, I think. Mm-hmm. And then the Xenosaga started at the beginning of that. It was very different from Xenogears, but you could see where the story was going to be going with it, but I don't think it was successful enough to actually get into there. But
I just remember my brother was super into Xenogears. Or Xenosaga.
Xenosaga. Yeah, Xenogears was great, though. That's actually... so I've been playing a game here and there called Star Renegade, and this one is also... If you've played Xenogears, the combat and everything looks it doesn't play like Xenogears, but it looks like Xenogears, and the art style for it is very Xenogears. It's basically like a JRPG with a time-based combat mechanic where you determine everybody's turn based on a time scale, and you know everything's going to happen before it starts, and it's a roguelike. It's a lot of fun, but I love the art style for it because it reminds me so much of Xenogears. Xenogears was an amazing game for sure. You started playing it recently, like the original PlayStation game?
I mean, I'm sure you can find it on the PC.
Yeah, probably. But if that's the case, like, that's a classic emulator. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is.
That makes sense.
That is a good game to go back to. That is the era of gaming that was the like highlight of my gaming, like playing Xenogears, Wild Arms, Arc the Lad.
The PlayStation 1 era for Final Fantasy is easily the golden age of Final Fantasy. I mean, some people would argue 6. But
4, 5, and 6 were all great. 7 was, it wasn't, I wouldn't say that was the golden age of Final Fantasy. They jumped to a medium and made a huge leap, but they still made 6, 7, 8 games before that.
I think the big thing about 7 was that it was the first JRPG that a lot of American audience really got into.
Well, I mean,
it's still definitely the flagship of the series.
4 and 6 were released as 2 and 3 in America, and they sold so amazingly well. So they, like me and my neighbor were playing Final Fantasy 6 the day it came out.
6 is people always argue which is the best Final Fantasy, and it's always an argument between 6 and 7.
I think
it seems.
I personally
would argue 9.
I liked everything about Final Fantasy VI. I think 7 was a huge leap forward, and that is what helps it stand out in people's mind and made a great villain.
7 had a better villain. Sephiroth was a better villain than Kefka.
Kefka was a great...
He was evil for the sake of being evil. He didn't really have...
Yeah, Kefka was a great evil villain. Sephiroth was a great villain in that he was still a person.
Yeah.
Kefka was not a person. He was just evil.
He was just evil for the sake of being evil.
He was purely evil.
Sephiroth had a motive, and he had a reason for his motive, and it wasn't just because he was evil.
Golden Sun, I don't think I ever really actually played those. And when in my head, when I say JRPG, I go old school on stuff where, like, I'm thinking like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the games that defined JRPG. And even now, JRPG is kind of a bit different. I actually just picked up, it's a game I want to play soon, is I Am Setsuna. Because this is by Square Enix, or in a way, but its art style is very reminiscent of...
Is it turn-based?
Yeah, it's I guess very similar to Chrono Trigger.
Oh.
Because Attack Tech. Mm-hmm. It's Chrono...
that's something I think I kind of miss from Final Fantasy 15, is I kind of miss the turn-based strategy combat.
World-based isometric.
Oh, wow.
Or whatever.
The worlds felt so much bigger when they did that.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't like about 10. They didn't do that in 10.
So, and I picked this up. It was rated, like, they're pretty good, where there's some people that still had some issues with the game, but it's very much a throwback to the games that I like. Mm-hmm. And it was by Square Enix too. So that, to me, is a good thing too. This is a Game Boy Advance game. Yeah. I think I might have actually played Golden Sun, like the first one. I can't remember for sure. I swear I did. I just cannot remember anything about it. Because I had an Advance. I think I still have it. I think so. But I still have, like, I have a box downstairs, and I still have... Is it upstairs or is it over there? No, I don't think I have them over there. I still have I sold a lot of my original PlayStation games, but I kept all the ones that meant something to me. So I have Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, the original box of 4 discs of those. I have those actually, and I believe the Final Fantasy 7s are the green labels, but I think it's a black label for 8 and 9, and that means they're probably worth a lot being black label.
And mine's pretty used. We were kids.
But black label is still a premium version of it. Because black label means this was the original run.
But I would have to think they'd need to be in, like, playable shape, and I'm not 100% sure. Like, they're pretty scratched up.
Mine are in pretty good condition. And I have 2 copies of 7 because I think I ended up accidentally stealing a friend's copy. 9, I have Vagrant Story, which is another game that you probably never heard of, but it was by Square Enix. I was a Square Enix freaking fanboy like 20 years ago. Vagrant Story
Back when they were Squaresoft?
I loved Vagrant Story. And so I kept that. And a couple other random PlayStation games. Actually, back then, I think it was Squaresoft.
Were you an
Square.
You were Squaresoft.
Squaresoft, yeah.
Because there were 2 different companies. There was Squaresoft and then Enix.
I have a game I own from Enix.
Is it a Dragon Quest game?
No.
Because that was theirs.
No, it was, I believe it was, I want to check. I believe it was Robotic Alchemic Drive.
I kind of miss Squaresoft. I felt like their games were better when they were Squaresoft.
I believe this is an Enix title. Yeah, publisher Enix. that was a really fun game. And I actually, until just recently, I had a music video from that game on my channel, if you went way back. But I don't think it's there anymore because I removed most content that had copyrighted music attached, and this was one of them.
Wow, PS2, that's actually interesting because it wasn't long after the PS2 came out that Square Enix became a thing. So they must have released that like on the launch of the PS2.
Defunct 2003. So they were bought out in 2003.
And they finished the game at the November 2002 or August 2002.
Are you still taking sound requests? Yeah, sure, we can have them do it. Well, let's see if you even know it. They Call Me Ditsy Do by Forever Free Brony. You have to know the words. It's a derpy song.
They Call Me Ditsy. Was that the Fallout Equestria derpy song that was written? Because I have heard it, but I don't remember anything about it.
Here we will see if we can get you a reminder.
I mean, any song about derpy is a great song.
Actually, one of my favorite ones is Prince Whatever's. He has the derpy.
September.
No,
I don't know.
He's not. He didn't do that one.
I don't see
Prince Whatever
Prince
has one.
Whatever
He doesn't. It's not like his normal song stuff, but I love that his derpy song. So this was
what They Call Me Ditsy Do by Everfree Brony.
Okay.
Derpy song time.
You know this one?
It's Dr. Worm. They call me Dr. Worm.
Okay, then you know it.
Well, I know Dr. Worm.
Oh, wait, sing it.
They call me Ditsy Doo. I'm not a real horse, but I am a real pony. Horse, I am a horse. I'm not a horse. I am a horse. They call me Ditsy Doo. I am actually a crab.
Why are you doing crabs again?
I got my brain on crabs. But don't
put your brain on crabs.
That was the tune to Dr. Worm. I know Dr. Worm.
What is Dr. Worm?
By We Are Giants.
Oh, okay.
I know Dr. Worm. I have it on my playlist. They call me Dr. Worm. I'm not a real doctor, but
Margo, you listen to Prince Whatever?
It's like
well,
it's like something like that. Yeah.
Enemy Undefined is I did the animation for, so yes. No, I love his stuff. I've been a huge Prince Whatever fan for since I think the first year of the fandom, actually. Well, here's a big
Schrodinger's horse. This is Schrodinger's horse and not a horse simultaneously.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And he said, "I am a horse. I'm not a horse." I'm like, wait, what? No. So Vinyl Headbang. I made this. And this is to a Prince Whatever song in 2013. 2013 is the year that I joined the fandom. So it was within months. I was a huge fan because it was basically I was a big Linkin Park, Killswitch Engage type music fan, and that was what Prince did. And so I always have loved his stuff. And then since then, it's been great because it's been a back and forth thing. So he then loves everything that I do, and we have talked many, many times. We've met at conventions a few times. He made that music video for based on Remembrance, and I didn't even know that was going to happen. I'm really sad I wasn't at the concert where he was playing it live for the first time. I was at that con, and I just completely skipped my mind that he was playing because I really didn't even know he was there. But I ended up running into him right afterwards to talk to him about it. But at Mayhem at BronyCon, the very last BronyCon, he played it live and then called me out on stage or saying if I was there and whatever. And so I have that recorded. I think it's on my phone. I haven't taken it off my phone yet. I should, because that's important. But it was a really, really cool experience. So yeah. And then at Cider Fest, I bought him like 2 beers. So,
there you go.
Yeah. So no, He's great. He's not just a great musician, but he's just a great person, which is sometimes hard to find both in somebody. So
if you have a question, have I heard a certain like Pony song? Chances are no, because I don't really listen to a lot of Pony music.
Yeah, Knight, I was pretty sure you were here. That's why I was unsure. But he didn't just ask me because it's great stuff. Like it's because I've already done some other stuff for him that hasn't come out yet, and we already had a line of communication open. And then he just was like, hey, I need to do this. And I'm like, that's funny because I have a save file on my computer that is named exactly what it is that you're looking to do. Oh, and what you were looking for is almost identical to what I was wanting to do anyway as a separate project. So he kind of just was like, do you want to do this? I'm like, okay. And it turned out great. Not only the animation stuff that I did, I feel was turned out pretty good, but the editing he did for it and everything definitely pumped it up even many more notches from there. So kudos to him on all that. Plus the song is really, really good. And the fun thing was he sent it to me like a couple weeks before it was finished, and it wasn't the finished song for sure, but it was definitely very close to. And I had that on repeat for a couple weeks beforehand too. So it was fun.
Yeah. I like saying like Pony music is a lot better than a lot of mainstream stuff. When I do listen to music, I do tend to listen to some Pony music, but I have like 40 songs on a playlist, and I just listen to that on repeat like all the time. And one of them just happens to be Dr. Worm, so I did recognize that one song.
I don't actually listen to much Pony stuff.
I just have their posters.
I have a few.
It's a cute derpy, by the way. Gotta go.
I have my current top songs, the ones that I listen to and repeat, and so actually these ones I don't listen to this playlist right now.
Your playlist was 2 Steps from Awesome for the longest time.
That was for stream, and that was different because this one I put on a lot of other stuff. Actually, this is top songs, but I kind of went to pure motivation. These are like the energy songs to keep me going, and I haven't changed this list for a while. But this one I believe does have one John Kenza. Yeah. So I think this is the only Pony one I have on there. But I love Heartfire. John Kenza is really good at what he does. And it's not even, it's just music. So it's not really Pony in a way. But I love hearing that song live. I've heard it live now like 3 times, and every time it's fun with the bass. But I have like some anime. Starset is another Prince whatever type kind of band. Like and I wouldn't even call it that really. But I love Starset. I actually originally had a Australia video planned for the ending of the song, but now I've changed my policy regarding copyrighted content, so it'll never happen. Sweetness is a classic that I've liked for a while. I love this intro song from My Hero Academia. Modern Age Anberlin is also a very old band. It's an old band for me, from like my high school days. Not high school, probably early college days. That was fun. This is one I was going to make a video from again, change policy. DTD, I love that one. I think this is another, has Alexa Ray in it again, so I like that one. 2-Way sequel or Hurt cover. That one's just eerie and amazing.
It's the song, 9 Inch Nails.
It's 9 Inch Nails.
I know, what's his name did a rendition of it right before he passed away.
Yeah, Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash,
yeah, he did that recently. But this version is just really, really cool. This World is another one that I had a full video planned for, but again, no copyrighted music. This one I could maybe get away with it a little bit more because it's not really fully copyrighted compared to like a big name brand like Starset. Eve 6, I just love that song, Rescue.
I mean, I do love.
And then Phil Lober's always has the one on there. So these are the music that I will like to listen to. Any of those on repeat, just to get in the zone.
She looks so sad.
She kind of looks a little ultra sad, like she's melting.
Like she just got devastated by something. Somebody stole her like pine cones or something. I remember that meme.
No, you don't. I guess I don't. Because I think it's mainly from SFM. I'm used to hearing the same audio over and over and over again, and I like to get into like a flow state. So when I'm working on something, if I listen to a lot of random music, it feels like every time I start getting into that flow state, I get pulled out of it by hearing something different. So I like to hear the same couple of songs in a row. So I stop listening to them and I start just like flowing through them. And so a lot of times I will just right click the song in YouTube, say loop. And I will just, which I don't know if you know, you can do that. If you right click the actual like video, say loop, it'll just play the same one over and over again. I'll just play on a repeat because, even if it's like a 3-minute song, I'll listen for hours on repeat just because it helps me just get ultra focused on stuff.
I'm more likely to, like, if I'm on YouTube, I'm more likely to just like queue up stand-up comedy routines of various.
I get distracted. I'll stop doing what I'm doing and I'll focus on that.
Really, I don't focus on them so much. I listen to them, but I don't really focus on them. They're just background noise.
I can't. Nope. I have to get my mind detached from reality, and then I can get so much done. But in that way, it's constantly making my brain do other things, and it's not. I use music as a distraction. Not if I have to pay attention to it, it's no longer a distraction.
Yeah, like I don't like. I'll watch comedy or I'll listen to comedy routines I've already heard like 50 times. It just is. I don't know.
You should listen to Mike's song over and over again so your SFM experience goes 200% faster. Sure.
I mean, I have alcohol for making the stream go faster.
Hello, kitty.
She's in Zen now. Look at that face. That is such a cute face. Look at her.
She's in Zen?
Yes, she's like, I am horse.
Like,
Yes.
It's like
peanut butter crackers.
It's like,
does anybody else remember?
Give me crackers.
I miss the original meme of her and pine cones. That Trixie just ate pine cones. That was a meme for a while with Trixie. People have forgotten.
I like this, like Trixie Extreme.
Yes, she's summoning
is like
great power. She is the great and powerful horse.
Oh,
Cute.
All right, so I actually did this because I want to add some variation to how the camera moves.
All right.
What?
That's like, oh, right. Animation.
Well, I want to do this now.
I will admit, I do love a video set to music, but it's like what he said. It's hard to make those without facing like copyright strikes.
And again, like I mentioned before, is if you use a big name like record label song, then a chance of a copyright strike is pretty good. But if I'm going to use a song that I'm unsure of in that regard, I'm already well past the ability to monetize, because it means that it is definitely going to be content ID'd. Content ID means nothing to the channel. It just means that you don't make anything on it. But if I want to grow, expand, and actually bring on people to help and pay them, I can't put up content that is not monetized, because it basically is that I'm going to put dozens of hours or hundreds of hours into something and then see nothing back, therefore making it so I can't pay anybody to help on stuff without pulling it out of my own pocket. So that's what ads are good for. At least from my side, ads allow me to expand and grow stuff. That's why I don't use ad blocker on YouTube anymore. I just pay for YouTube Premium, so I can have no ads and not feel like I'm cheating other people out of doing the same. So if you want to support your online creators, either get YouTube Premium or turn off ad blocker. But at the same time, if you don't care, keep doing it. That's fine. Views are help as well. But ad blocker does take the revenue away from the creator, which makes things rough, because like I think the numbers show that like it's over half of people use ad blockers. So that's rough. I'm
going to support YouTube creators by making pork chops tomorrow, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's other ways you can support. Like I have a Patreon, and I am in the next, actually in almost exactly 1 month, I am redoing Patreon a little bit to expand other options on there, including the ability to have your name in the credits of everything I make. or most things I make, depending. There's a couple stipulations on that, but that is actually coming in February. So if you're interested in that,
Well, I like this song.
Of some information coming out later, and that does include Twitch subs. Twitch subs are actually included and given some of the same benefits patrons do. But that's broken up by tier as well. But again, I have that until I get that locked in and as the changes implemented. I'm not gonna go and divulge the details. But Twitch subs to me are supporting just the same, so there's no reason to prevent them from getting some of the similar benefits.
What's this song? I really like this one.
It's from the same. This is the same studio for all these songs. This is Dark Fantasy Studio. This one is called Transfiguration.
I like this one.
This one is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
This is all from their Dreamimation CD, I think. They had a Humble Bundle not long ago, and that allowed you to buy the rights to use them, and so they were royalty free anyway. But now you don't even have to credit. But I did in my last. I credited them in my last time lapse. In the description, because people are going to ask a question, so I might as well link to their channel for stuff. They commented on the time lapse from their YouTube channel and said thanks for blah 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 and stuff. And so it was kind of cool to see the actual musicians respond, which has happened actually more than I can think of. The Australia video, when I ended up using a version of the song that was a cover that had in the description basically stating that it was okay for you to use this, but it still didn't let me monetize it. But that was fine. I just wanted to make it. But the instrumental for that was, I think, made by L Train. And then I figured out that like L Train, I think I got that name right. It was a brony. And so then they ended up finding it very quickly afterwards. And then they're like, wait a second, I made this music, and they were super excited that it was that. And so when I looked at their YouTube channel and I found, yes, they do have brony music on their channel, that was really interesting because it was not intended. Is not a brony song in any way.
It's always weird when you find a brony unintentionally out in the wild.
I went and left a comment on a tech YouTuber's channel a while back. And somebody commented on that of like, hey, Argo, I didn't know you followed this guy. I'm like, can I comment anywhere? I don't know.
I went back to playing StarCraft for like 2 weeks, and I remember almost immediately playing against two people who were just pony
Is this
names.
playlist public? Normally, yes. This one is a little different. But if you... It's just Dark Fantasy Studio Dreamimation. So they have a YouTube channel that you can go to for a bunch of their stuff, but it's Dreamimation is the name of the discography or something that I'm listening to right now. They have a bunch of, and most of these are for Creative Commons. So if you're looking to just use music, Dreamimagination, that's it right here. So this whole that's basically what I'm listening to right now. It's 13 tracks, I think. Yes, 13 tracks. But they're all free to use if they are with attribution. So you are free to use them in your own works as long as you do correct them or give them credit as stated in the description or whatever their terms of use are. Because I actually bought the rights to them. That's where I don't have to. I have a release for it. That's why I love being able to find packs like that on cheap, where you can support the person for the content that they do. And normally I go into Humble Bundle whenever they do things like that, and I will adjust it to where almost all the money is going to either charity. Like I'll do like 48 or 48% or 49% to the company, 48 or 49% to the charities, and then like 4% to Humble Bundle. Other than that, Humble Bundle always tries to take way more than they need to for a charity based thing. So the camera's not moving much, but it's adjusting the pixels. That's all I actually care about. So that should be fine. Just smooth it a couple more times. Okay. We'll just like when she goes to do the little things, she can just like
That pony is adorable. Oh, look, it's moments like this that made me realize that if ponies were real, they would not survive very long in this world. People would just be overwhelmed by their cuteness, and they would want them, and it would not end well.
There. So how about this? So, this is like, oh, it's like Trixie.
Trixie intensifies. Just boom.
She's rocking. Look at that extreme face.
That is pretty.
This is extreme.
That's the face of murder.
What are you doing?
She's gonna get you.
You've been using your music as well after you got the bundle. Yeah, it was. The main reason I got, well, other than for you, I didn't really actually get it for YouTube stuff. I actually got it more for the stream, because with all the DMCA strike stuff, I've been trying to find stuff that still fit the old type of music, but was without the risk of DMCA strikes, which was a concern with a lot of the stuff I was using before. I switched over to using some stuff from Stream Beats, which worked, but it was a lot of EDM and lo-fi and that kind of stuff, and that didn't fit the theme I was always going for. So when I found this pack and then I started digging through it, the Dreamimagination is what I've been listening to most of the time on stream, and it just fits very close to what we were listening to before, and then I don't have a worry. So I'm happy about that.
I have to imagine a lot of pony artists, if you were to ask them if you could use their music, they'd give you the okay, but they'd probably want to host the video on their channel.
Well, or they just wouldn't care. Maybe, but I have like 250 songs on that playlist. Mm-hmm. And a lot of those are using a central attribution channel that were already used for spreading and getting people drawn to the music. So they had probably already contacted the people and saying to get permission to do that. I'm not going to go person by person on this giant playlist to determine this. And some of them are bigger. Two Steps from Hell and some of the bands on there aren't just a small YouTuber. They are actual studios that do music for movies. Like Remembrance was on that list, or Remember Me, which is the song that was used in Remembrance, and that was Thomas Bergerson on an actual CD that I bought in a store, and was also used in a Will Smith movie. So, which was funny because
he wasn't a pony artist, was he, of any sort?
No,
I didn't think so.
No, he made the song before the pony fandom even existed.
Yeah, but like he wasn't ever a part of the pony fandom. No,
not Thomas Bergerson. No. And even then, like, what actually helped me when the Will Smith movie came out, it actually helped give me a boost to Remembrance because that movie came out after I made Remembrance. Yeah, and then people were like, "Oh, this is a song used in Remembrance."
That's how everyone will remember that Will Smith movie.
There was so many brony comments on that. The official trailer for there had tons of brony comments when it came out.
You know, it's between like that and me just running into people who are pony people on like random video games all the time. I think the pony fandom is very alive and well, more so than most fandoms. I don't think people are as outgoing about it as they used to be, but it's prevalent.
Okay, so this is the actual official song. Okay, actually, this I did come out before. So this song was released well before. They added the Collateral Beauty teaser trailer music to it afterwards. But if you actually look at this and then you go into the comments, he was here because of Remembrance.
It's like one of the top comments.
We bronies all know why we are here.
That's what happened after Matty on had that one song that got.
Who else is here came from MLB Remembrance?
No,
first time I heard this piece was on MLB Remembrance. I heard him in this video. If you could choose between Friends and Forever.
Oh no, that's definitely the reference.
My Little Pony Remembrance.
No.
So the bronies have joined the Thomas Bergerson Club. So this is nuts because this is the actual. This isn't a small channel. This is 1.34 million subscribers.
I remember the exact same thing happened to Matty on with their one song that that an MLP video was made for, and every comment was just people talking about the MLP video or people fighting them like, no, I'm here for the song.
I want to see. So this is the official trailer for the movie. Do they have it? I don't know if the song is played there. I just want to see.
If anybody's making Remembrance.
Yeah, I want to see if anybody made, because I think it was in the trailer.
I mean, it's
I never actually saw this movie.
Without actually playing it, but that could be risky.
Okay, the fact that I'm already down this far, I don't have as many hopes for it. And the actual trailer has like 10 times more views than the other one, and that was the exact video that Remembrance linked to in the description, so that helps. But yeah, I'm not seeing any on here, but at least that's a little different. Trying to get people pull your
I don't even know if that song's in the video or not.
I do not know. Remembrance, such a beautiful song to use for this trailer. The song is not called Remembrance, which means
that's a brony.
That's a brownie.
It's like, we outed you, sir.
So
we know you're a brony. Come clean.
But it is cool being able to like go and see an impact like that. But if you think about it, the trailer for this big box office movie with buy, rent, whatever is sitting at 11 million views.
I don't think I've seen that movie. Look at all those horses.
Remembrance has 12 million. Got it. Yeah. And Remembrance was out only 1 year before that one. So screw them. It's not like they had more time or anything.
Yes.
Ha.
Well, you had cute horses.
I beat Will
Smith.
Smith.
Cheating.
It's because those eyes. They're like, please click me.
Yes. Let me look at that. You can't beat that. Even with all the corpses in the background.
Thanks for the follow.
Woof.
They probably curate comments. Maybe, I don't know.
Using horses in your videos is cheating. Yes.
I actually was originally concerned that when the movie came out, that was going to actually cause copyright issues with the use of that song, and that I was going to have a strike or a removal of it because the song could then be confused with the movie or pull traffic from it or something. And so I was concerned about that for a little while. But I make no revenue on Remembrance. That's 12 million views. On average, assume anywhere from, for that type of a song, you're probably talking about $3 per thousand, $2 to $3 per thousand views. So do the math on that. That all the money from all that revenue went to Thomas Bergerson. So if they were to take it down, though he and since he didn't sell the rights to the song, he sold the license for the song to be used. It just means that if the song or if my video went down, he would be losing revenue. So I don't see that ever happening because of that. He is making a lot of money from me, a lot of money. So
how much money are you making off that video?
None.
Yeah, I know.
I'm making zero. It's my two most popular videos which make up over half the views on my channel. Between the two of them alone, are not monetized.
Is the other one the Twidash?
Mm-mm.
Really?
That one I think.
Is it Apple Dash? Twidash is better than Apple Dash. Everyone loves that. I'm trying to convince him.
Actually, this one did beat it. I thought Remembrance was second, but this one is not getting as much traction as it used to. It's a lot less than normal. This one, it's Luna's. This one is surprising me.
Is right now, at least, because he said it was actually. It might just be YouTube algorithms are just.
I ended up taking a picture of this. I don't know what happened with this. I am really, really confused. But this is. I ended up taking a picture so I could show. This is the view graph for the past month.
Holy crap!
So I don't know what happened, but if it just that it went from literally just like a couple hundred to like thousands per day. And so it went up 761%. And I don't know what happened. I don't know. I mean, it's fine because that one is monetized. So that one, it was definitely a help. But I don't know what happened. So I have no clue.
So internet,
clearly see that Twidash is doing well. We need to work together to convince him to make another video with two horses smooching.
No, it's not going to happen.
Why not?
No, it's fine. No, you don't have to be here. You can do whatever you need to do. Life calls. People sell the Wonderbolts and are like, okay. It's such a stupid video. Wait, when did it shoot up? Actually, that is a good question.
Like, all I can guess is the YouTube algorithm.
The algorithm changes. Yeah. So it started going. It shows it start going up on the 20th, and then it jump. But it had a huge jump on the 20th, and then a much bigger jump the day after, which usually means sometime in the middle of the 20th, something changed to where it's the last half of the day it got the spike, and it all said that it was under its recommendations, which is basically YouTube pointing content, which usually to me means an algorithm change, or not an algorithm change of. Thanks for the follow, Indonesia. It is. Normally what I consider an algorithm change isn't like a rewriting of the algorithm. It's basically that you can see that the algorithm is like a big old like a bowl of sand, and you have tons and tons of videos that are everywhere, and every now and then it just shakes it up a little bit, and so some videos that were up at the top and the most visible kind of go down below, other ones pop back up. Thanks for the subscription, Jules. Tier 3 too. Thank you very much. That's really cool of you. Thank you very much. I just mentioned before, I will be having it actually it's technically right now, but sometime between now and February, any tier 2 and 3 Twitch subscribers will still get like early access benefits on for my videos if you're on my Discord. So heads up on that if you're interested. But thank you very much. I actually greatly appreciate it a lot. Thank you. So either algorithm or people were trying to find that song, but you would have to have thousands of people suddenly have a direction. That is an algorithm change. And unless some giant Discord ended up posting it and most people clicked through, but then it wasn't just a click through on that one time. Normally, if you have something like that, you'll see a spike upwards, and then it will immediately drop back down because the post disappeared. It went up and stayed there, which means that YouTube was continuing to push it. And I can usually still see where did this traffic come from. And it will say if it came from Discord or if it came from Twitter or what other social media site it came from. It was saying it was coming from within YouTube, which and as a recommendation, which is it is defined as like the end screen of a YouTube video or something, which then, it means that they shook the pot and other things shifted to the top. I usually try to watch that though, because every now and then that'll happen and I'll be like, okay, this video is getting a lot of traction. So I will go and sometimes change like cards within the video to help pull people to other videos within the medium. And normally the click through on those are only 5 or 10%. But if you have something go up 700% and you only get 10% of that, that's still like 70% of those people. So it's, I try to keep track of that. Like I go back 7 days and say, what's the biggest stuff in the last 7 days? And if I see a spike, I'll go back and review those. Thanks for the follow, Hyperdrix. So probably algorithm then got it. Yeah, probably something like that. Tracy fascinated by this talking about algorithms. I find that stuff fascinating because if it's basically like a train going by, and if you're able to just grab on at the right time, you can take advantage of it. But if you don't, you could miss out on an opportunity. I took advantage of the algorithm really promoting my stuff in the summer of this year, and it helped a lot. It really helped promote a lot of the different stuff and bring in new people. Didn't give the growth overall that I wanted, but that's mainly because it's Pony and it's hard to find new people within that medium right now. I just enjoy being here. It puts a smile on my face. Well, thank you very much. Even though like half of these streams ended up just being our bullshitting for a couple hours, which is perfectly fine with me. It's a lot of fun. I feel like I could get more done, but then at the same time it would just be really boring and I wouldn't even enjoy it. So that is fine. Purpose is being entertaining, and I hope that's the case. What traffic source are most of your views from? Discord, actually. I would pull up the stuff, but there's some numbers I don't want to have shown on the stream, and it's really hard to know what one click is going to do from the next on what it's going to show. But normally it's Discord. When I put out a new video, Discord has a huge bump. They are probably the biggest distribution platform that's at least recorded out of anything. But after that initial post, it definitely evens out a lot. But Discord is still up there at like 9 or 10% of most click-throughs. Bill cropping is where the fun is at. Well, plus I think a lot of people like multitasking. And so if it's all just me working on stuff, you're not staring at the screen. You can at least like alt tab and just listen to the background.
I mean, I'm staring at the screen because that's a cute horse.
Yeah, but I haven't posted on Discord to see the friends and see if I've seen it yet. Yeah, I know that's actually one of the issues we had on Discord. So I give patrons and stuff usually will get access to some of the content early, and one of the bits was I posted on Discord. I'll put it on Patreon, but I'll sometimes put it on, or I usually put it on Discord as well because for Twitch subs and stuff. But at one of the videos, I ended up getting done like a week early. So patrons had it for like a week beforehand because I was like going on Fridays, and there's a whole other reason why Fridays. But I ended up posting it for Discord people like a day early, and I said like, this is for everybody that's on this Discord. Just don't share it outside of this. 2 other Discords I was on within like 10 minutes had that video posted on a public Discord with thousands of people after specifically stating, I'm giving you guys a benefit. Don't abuse it. It was immediately abused. So I now don't really post early to just normal Discord chat anymore. If I do, it's like an hour early because it dirties the water for those that are there. It's I always see it as somebody gets it early and wants to post it somewhere else so then they can get the recognition for being the one to post it and for people to ask them the questions of why, and they can feel special. And that's not the purpose of doing it. So kind of doing that right now, working on a drawing of New Year's that I've been working on for 3 days, but I keep messing up. Try again. That's all it comes down to. You wouldn't have expected Discord. That's very interesting. And that's actually why digging through numbers, like okay, I'm not, I have to change screens for 1 sec, and I'm going to be careful as to how I do this. But there are a couple metric screens I can do. I'm just going to have to jump back and forth. Because I'm pretty sure. Okay, so this one I can show. So let me get this back. So this is reach. This is one of the pretty interesting ones. So these are going to show you like in this case it's impressions. So impressions are not people that actually watched the video, but how many people had it in their feed and it went by. Then it's going to say that your impressions click-through rate is out of these people,
That's interesting.
how many actually went and clicked it. So the click-through rate is saying, am I doing better at pulling in people from what they see? This is where clickbaity titles and clickbaity thumbnails come in. Because if people don't see a title that they find interesting enough to click, or an image that isn't interesting enough to click, they are not going to click it.
10% seems really good.
10% is, if you actually look down here, it says 10.6 click-through rate. There is a bit here that says like there's a lot of data here. So it's saying 64.1% of stuff is through YouTube recommending it. It used to tell me a bit. Usually, if I remember right, it's somewhere between like 8 and 12% is average. If I get below that, it means I definitely could have done better. If they get well above that, it probably means that it was excessively clickbaity. So if you ever find it frustrating that people are making like these thumbnails of like faces that go,
does it tell you individual videos?
Mm-hmm. All these can be broken down to per video within any time period.
Can I see what the per video is for Twidash?
Oh, yeah, I can. But anyways, when people have the clickbaity thumbnails and stuff, it's because they are trying to get people to click. And as people escalate the requirement to click through, if you have a surprised face or you ask a really vague question that it implies like you need to know the answer to this, you get people to click. And that increases your click-through rate. And YouTube wants people to click. So if you have a high click-through rate, YouTube goes, people like this content. So it gives it to more people, which then more people click through. So if you want to play the algorithm, you need clickbaity. I hate clickbaity, but it is a thing that exists. And it is because it is what the medium is now. I don't like that, but that's just the way it is. Surprise face with lots of red arrows and circles. Big text that's in there, a surprise face. I've seen some of them where it's a surprise face, but it doesn't make any sense. Like YouTube on the dashboard. I can't go to the dashboard here, but it is. If you go, it'll be like YouTube updates in the corner. It'll be a video where they're just talking about an update to YouTube, and they'll be like, it'll be called YouTube updates, and it'll have somebody from YouTube going. It's just you're just telling us something you're freaking changing on the premiere releases. Why are it's just a thing. You could say like the title could be like 12 die in bus accident. And somebody'd be like, and it's just because that's what people click on, and it is stupid, but you have to play that game. I've had a couple of videos where I'm not gonna find it here, but like the one with the Twilight and out in the field, I used the stupid face of her, even though it gave away something for the later in the video, because if I just did her standing in a field, nobody's going to click it. Australia is just Rainbow Dash standing on a rock with a title that is vague and doesn't say anything, and it has a very low view count. If I changed the icon to something more clickbaity, which I am very tempted to do, I could pull in way more views. So you're stuck with what do I want and what do I need to do.
I'm still very curious.
So this breaks down on here into saying what your traffic sources are. So in this case, it's saying that 50% of your viewers are from browse features. Browse features are going to be from features like I wouldn't even say it's searches, because this is going to be from YouTube search. But if you go to your homepage, what is YouTube showing you? This is basically the algorithm. So it's saying that 50% of the viewers that are clicking on my videos are finding it through the browse features. Suggested videos are similar. So so here, browse features, traffic from the homepage, home screen, the subscription feed, other. So that is concluding subscriptions. This is basically when somebody is watching a video, the videos are on the right side. So this is showing that 28% of people click through for that. That is videos that is 100% thumbnail and title. Channel pages, this is people clicking it from my channel, so they're not getting it through their subscription feed, but actually clicking my channel and then clicking it in there. From a search, from playlists. These are why I make playlists, because it helps people find content, and then kind of a breakdown of all the others. But this is where you start getting into some of the other ones here. So Google search, over a quarter of the people, but this is a quarter of the views of 0.6%. So in terms of right now, within the past December, because I didn't really have anything out in December of note, of all the traffic that was pulled in, only 0.6 was from an external source, and of that 0.6%, a quarter of it was Google, but then Discord, YouTube, Facebook, blah blah blah. Equestria Daily is a fairly big one, but if you think about it, that's still 4.3% of 0.6%. These are some mixed Argadamon is just a general playlist that really every channel gets. Otherwise, what I don't understand is people that have there's apparently some playlists that are called My Little Pony, Monster Hunter, and Sexy Moments.
Oh my.
I'm unsure of that one, and I don't want to find it.
Wait, which videos are they recommending?
I don't know, because it just gives me the text.
I need to find out what the sexy moments
You're going to find a lot of stuff. But then it's going to go on here and say what videos were played. This is I don't know. Is he here right now? Kel Chan, he comes on the streams a lot. This is his video, and this is a ton of views on it, and this has actually been basically the top traffic video for a long time is his. So if Kel Chan's here, hello, thank you. Otherwise, so this is saying here, hi, I'm Twilight Sparkle. There's a lot of people watching videos because it's recommended through that video. That means I want to make sure that there are things on that video that people can click through. And I think I've already added those, and that's why. It's very short and very quick, and there's a card in the corner. I wouldn't be surprised. This is, I don't know what this is. Anthroponies. Oh, this is somebody doing a play off of it, and I think they linked me in the description. So it's just good information. Like, what are people searching for? So it's saying that about 5% of the traffic comes from people searching My Little Pony, my name, which is actually cool to see, Remembrance, Pony, and Twidash. Who is finding Gargoyle's videos through sexy moments? I have no idea.
I'm trying to figure out what sexy moments is.
Still what you do, man. With what the world is these days, you have to make the audience happy as well. Yeah, and I do. But it's from going through these numbers and like this that I basically learned that if I want to grow, Pony is not a growth mechanism. It's a good sustaining thing, but not growth. If you want to see Twidash specifically, let me move that back here. So this, I think I'm gonna go to this one. Might be a little bit more difficult, and trust me, I only showed you the easy to read metrics. It gets way more complicated. Where is Twidash? Oh, this is my other computer. Okay, so this one. So this is where if you want to really get complicated, you can go into some super detailed metrics, and you can export these to Excel, and I have before for trying to determine things. But let's go to lifetime for Twidash. So you can tell this is much more popular before, and then it has literally died off. So I don't really.
What happened to Twidash?
It gets about 1,000 views a day still. But it used to be.
How many clicks does it get? Like on average, 11.8.
It's 11.8, so it's still
slightly
just in the
higher than the. Normal.
Well, kind of. If you go to like the last 28 days, it's actually a little bit higher than on average.
I would say that. Well, see, you picked you need the thumbnail of them kissing.
No, because that's not the direction I want to go. The highest it ever hit was 18%.
But it's clickbaity.
But this one isn't a revenue source.
Yeah, I know.
Because I got screwed. So
yeah.
But anyways, there's a little bit into the metrics of YouTube. There is a lot of detail you can net from it, and it is way better than it used to be. When I started YouTube, the metrics were like 3 different graphs. It was how many views and all that stuff. But when see you later. YouTube is no longer doesn't pay attention to views anymore. So you would think that having a high view count is going to be what YouTube is looking for. It's not anymore. It's watch time. So it's saying how many minutes are people watching content in your channel. That's why doing weekly videos that are 20 minutes long are better than doing like 3 videos a week that are 2 minutes long. It's the length of the content is more important right now, and it's usually that anywhere from anything over 10 minutes is the sweet spot in terms of revenue. I can't do that. It's impossible, and that's where Patreon and or Twitch subscribers come in handy, because there is no way to actually optimize YouTube as a monetary platform on an animation type thing. So if I want to be able to do some of the stuff that I would want to do, there's no way to have YouTube pay for it in any way, because doing sponsorships aren't really possible with some of how those works. So that's where having a community that supports is nearly essential. In the last year, YouTube was definitely a larger portion of the revenue, but it's only because I did a lot of changes to make it work. And this year, I am doing those changes now on Patreon and Twitch, so that there is benefits on there to help grow those. YouTube is my priority first because that's the growth mechanism. But yeah. Did you see fireworks last night? No, we actually were streaming all last night. No, there was no fireworks. And I live up in the north, so it's super, super cold. They're probably not going to launch anything off. And fireworks usually imply some kind of a social gathering.
I did see them at the stores, but I didn't really hear any go off last night.
Yeah, it's too cold.
I think Giz said he heard some going off.
Yeah, but he also hears guns where he is.
I don't know what he hears at the time.
No, he's where he is. There's he's gonna hear guns sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's possible. I don't know how you differentiate a gun from a car backfiring though, which I have to imagine is prevalent.
Well, there's been plenty of times where he's like, I heard a gun, and then like the next day be like, yep, I saw it on the news.
Yeah, sometimes, sure.
I'm pretty sure he's gotten pretty good at figuring out which is which.
Man, I don't hear somebody getting shot over there every day, so I don't know.
No, it's not a pretty rare thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna catch up here. So one day the Twilight video will show rise and return from the ashes. Mark my words. I actually really don't care if it does or not. Mainly because again, it's not a monetized video. So I own the rights to monetize on that song. I have a release from the musician that did it. It was some other bull crap that popped up that is preventing my ability to do that, and YouTube just will not respond to me anymore on it. And so I'm stuck with it, being unable to be monetized, even though that was the intent from the very, very beginning, was to do that. And it's the only one that I've had that crap on, and it is the probably worst one to have that on.
Because it got a lot of views.
Yeah, and I knew it was. I knew it was going to get to where it was, and I
mean, it looks like a video you put a lot of time into. So.
Technically not. Like I did put a lot of time into it, but I consider there's like, you know, how many hours did you put into it and how long from the day you made it to the day you finished it.
Yeah, but that was probably made back when you were like,
I was super passionate on doing something.
Like, so. I have been with what I've been doing recently.
And I was not putting as much detail into the stuff at the time. Now I nitpick a lot more on it. I was skipping a lot of, where I was cutting I was doing what I would consider now to be cutting corners, but back then I just didn't know any better.
Yeah. Like, I've been pretty thrown into this project I've been working on, and right now I am barely awake. Stream. This is me propped up by my arms against my legs. If they weren't there, I would fall over. Oh, that horse. See that tiny horse on there? She's keeping me invested. Look at her face. It's adorable.
So right now with her, my main thing, actually, I don't know, why is Somber even in this shot?
Jurassic, you're probably the only person in this chat who even knows what I'm talking about, because you messaged me directly about it.
Well, if you're working on it, you could always just pop up on my Discord and stream it. Anybody can pop up in there. I've been meaning to do more of that. I just we've been playing a lot of different games lately, and we're in a certain chat for that, and I don't like the idea of, hey everybody, that we're just playing games with casually, let's go play in front of other people. Sometimes it's just nice to not, and so I haven't really done that.
I hit the garbage can.
Don't touch my trash. My trash.
Trash can. No, I've had a project. I've been putting a lot of time into it, and it's been a lot of trial and error, which is what I enjoy. Like this, he can stay passionate about this. I don't think I could do that. Like the way he has. I actually envy him for his ability to stay passionate about something he already... I'm somebody who likes learning something new, and as soon as I've learned it to a certain degree, I immediately lose interest.
Thanks for the follow, Sterling. No, I've jumped ship on creative projects for a long time. I usually don't stick on it much longer than a year and a half.
Like, I would learn how to animate in Source Filmmaker, and then I would maybe make one thing, and then be like, okay, I know it now. And then that would be it.
No, and then that's one thing with, like, where I am excited to try non-pony stuff. Rathalos, I super enjoyed doing that at first because it was super new. It was completely different. And so I kind of want to do that with some other characters because of that.
But ponies are my happy place.
Well, yeah, but you're jumping across other mediums. I'm still playing it in this one.
I mean,
so I'm doing the opposite. Looks really nice. It is. It's a boopable face.
It's so cute. Ponies are definitely my happy place.
Very boopable.
No, you stop this. You stop doing that to her nose. She don't need that big nose. Now, I'll like and dislike various things, but like I'm a huge fan of like Fallout and Half-Life and stuff like that. But those things aren't my happy place. Ponies are definitely my happy place. I can just look at them and go, be happy.
You know what I think of with ponies?
What?
It's time to kill someone.
No. Well, you know, as long as it's the stallions, because they're not my happy place.
Kill someone.
The only purpose of stallions is making more mares.
Kill someone.
No.
Kill someone.
I think that stallion is crazy. I feel like this is like the Clockwork Orange or whatever, and I'm just strapped in that chair, and you're just slowly trying to like turn me crazy. Look at the so cute. Aww. She's a cutie. Come on, chat. Who in chat thinks ponies is their happy place?
See, look at so cute.
She's so happy. She killed that
She's
cake.
not happy.
No, I can feel her happiness.
She's like, "What did the knife do? Why you do?"
He's like, "Yes, ponies are my happy place."
What is this?
She's like, I use this for cutting cake. This is a cake cutting device.
Like, you will murder.
Murder? No.
Like, ooh.
Star Wars is your happy place? The thing with Star Wars is they're still just humans, and humans are definitely not my happy place. There's a lot of humans I'm not super thrilled with. There, I said it. Yeah, I went there. There are some humans who I don't think are that great. But ponies, especially the cute mare horses, they are my happy place.
All right, so now I've basically figured out.
I just don't like humans after 2020.
I don't. I agree.
I mean,
so this is the way I do like doing the lighting is, so this is what I would consider like the ambient lighting. So if there was nothing in the shot, this would be the standard lighting of the night. So this is, but as you can see in there is other light sources that are hitting, mainly that there is kind of that white light that's coming from the front. So I need to represent that, but there is some difficulties. So if I just take this light and then I just like go and shine it in her face, that's not really looking that great. So instead it's about how do I make this work? So I probably don't want, and I actually don't know. That's what we're going to explore. I'm probably going to say we want to drop this down. So I want to show that there is the light coming down. And is this going to be shadowed correctly? So I can see a shadow, but it's definitely overridden by everything else. We're going to drop that shadow attenuation to negative. And this is, let's take this shadow filter size to like there and with a little bit of radius. Is that the shadow? Yeah, oh, the filter size went way too low. I want to have it close to 0, but not quite. Okay. And this, so radius is about taking a shadow, and actually what I can do now is actually drop this ambient light. I can probably turn that down a bit. Thanks for following, Bill.
Wait, there's a rice brand called Kirin in Indonesia, and they made Autumn Blaze their mascot.
Can they do that?
Well, I mean, if you don't care about copyrights in some countries, I'm curious. I gotta find this now.
Okay, so here you can see the shadow that's cast. Radius is going to take this and it will make it so that the shadow up here is pretty sharp, but it's going to blur as it goes with distance. It's increasing the radius of a light, therefore shadows will get less and less focused the further they get away. SFM's radius function is crap. It does not work at that well at all. Not near as good as SFM2's does, but I can at least make do. And I probably don't even need to have it on. So we'll do that. I'll probably have to put a little bit of a red reflection in her eye. The other thing is I want to have it that there's other lights here. So there was a rim light shown here. So now I kind of want to make it imply that there's a light over here. So we are going to go... I do want some of those other torches for other stuff, so we're going to leave those. We're just going to grab this. What is rune 2? I haven't actually used it yet. So this one is where we're going to have the light coming from her other sides. So we can do that. And then...
freaking...
So for him, it felt more orange because of his color. Blue kind of removes some of that, so I have to add extra. Can they do that?
If you live outside of in a country that doesn't care about copyright laws, you can do whatever you want. But they very much turned Autumn Blaze into their mascot for their rice. And that is beautiful.
It is a horse.
She is a forest horse who catches fire sometimes, which is not good for the forests. Only you can prevent forest fires by not angering horses.
All right, so I have that light coming in from her side, which is fine as it is. But I can't just have that light there and not some kind of an implication of that light elsewhere. So we're going to grab this torch light and flame. We're going to go to this shot. And we're going to place this on a back wall. It's not so that this wall has light or whatever. It's because by showing that that light has wall, it gives reason to believe that the opposite light would also have a similar light. So it gives context to both. So we're going to move that there. I need to put that nice and low. So put that there. And the particles should stay kind of... well, that's not what I want to do. First, we need to reinstance it so that I don't accidentally break it. Particle start time. We're going to have you start at 4, and you're going to run for 7 seconds. That's fine. Where are you located? You're located right there. Why can't I see you? Oh. Is this still broken? Ah. I thought I could just turn it on with that, but apparently... Oh, but I already closed that. So what we're going to do instead is we are going to restart SFM. I had to disable those, but apparently I can't just re-enable them. Yeah, no, the Kieran is a well-known mythical creature.
But that is very much
Yeah.
the character from MLP. Like, yeah, if they just use like a standard Kieran, that'd be one thing. But this is most definitely Autumn Blaze on their packaging.
Michael, you are to do a voice impression of least favorite pony. I remember he's still doing the music. He will sing a song.
So
for
I'm
you.
assuming you're just like worst pony then, huh? Like least favorite.
Least favorite for you. What's your least favorite pony?
My least favorite pony? Like, I don't know. Yep. Nope. I'm Rainbow.
Both like that.
Oh yes, sorry.
And then you do it again.
I'm too close. I leaned forward. I don't know.
You just blew out my
I'm
headset.
scared.
Don't do that.
Yes. No. It's like this.
Yeah, that's the correct distance.
This is the correct distance. I don't know. I'm learning technology. The butter churner, like we got one of those, and it freaked me out last week. It was witchcraft.
Yeah, just he said you broke the mic.
Yes.
Well, it's more of it. The normal mentality for a mic, especially when doing convention stuff, is they always say eat the mic, which is you put your mouth as close to the microphone as possible. But those mics are usually expensive, and they're dynamic mics. Dynamic mics are made to be as close as you can to the mic. These are not dynamic mics; they're different, which means the general distance is this. Whatever you can stretch your pinky and your thumb to is the correct distance to have your mouth at to get the maximum amount of sound. And I have a compressor set up, but you can still blow it out. Hey, well, hello, Nightly. Welcome.
Nightly.
How you doing?
As far as why
Thanks for the sub too. Thank you very much. Hey.
Big Mac is just, name any stallion. That's my least favorite pony.
Nightly, I have something I wanted to show you. I was gonna message you, but I thought it was funny. Let's see here. I have to go to my comments here. Let's see here. And so everybody's responding to that. There we go. So, come on. Oh, I hit the wrong button. No. There we go. Okay. No, so here. Somebody left a comment today. Man, I came here from a custom server called Ashes Town. This is so amazing. What are you guys doing over there? I just thought that was funny.
Something's going on in Ashes
Nightly
Town.
runs that, so.
He runs Ashes Town?
Mm-hmm.
What's Ashes Town?
You know Ponytown?
Yeah.
It's that, but Fallout.
Are there ponies in it?
Yeah.
I want to do this. Nightly, you got to get me into this.
I mentioned you at one point for the Fallout animation you made a bit ago. Okay. Yeah, that's it definitely pulled traffic. I actually left a comment, so thank you very much.
Ponies and Fallout. Who would ever mix ponies and Fallout? Madness.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that seems like
Bad idea.
it seems like a really stupid mix.
A really stupid thing to waste, lose sleep over, that's for sure.
Okay, so this particle should work now. I'm confused. No, I've seen a lot of your pictures you've been posting. It's really cool. Like, it looks really. I've never played Ponytown, so I can't say like in comparison or anything. But it definitely looks really neat. All right, see you later, man.
Fallout Equestria is pretty good.
I originally, because the name was the same color, I thought that was Nightly saying I've never read Fallout Equestria, and I was really confused.
It's like that guy is like.
But no, that makes sense. And actually, that was the one thing I was thinking about getting in that corner there.
Another copy of Fallout Equestria?
No, behind you, getting one of those like corner stands, so I can put like actual books and things on it. So then I have something that you can be seen here.
So you can make pretend he reads books.
I read the book.
He doesn't.
Hell yes, I am Nightly.
Argo Damon can't read. Spread that around. I want you to spread it, internet. What?
So our jokes for like the last week or two have been to like put "that's what she said" on everything, and that was one of those moments.
What? Argo Damon can't read. That's what she said.
That's what your teacher said.
But what is wrong with the particle here? I am confused. Only thing I can think of is copy, delete, paste. Sounds stupid, but sometimes that works.
I don't know if me and Knightley are on Discord at all, or in any of the same chats.
Yeah, we're Horsehaven.
Horsehaven? He's in Horsehaven?
Yeah, he is. I know you don't think he's ever spoken in there, but
yeah, I'll send him something.
he is in Horsehaven. Horsehaven's kind of like just our small group.
He might find something I'm working on interesting.
Yes, I will speak.
Boop.
See here. What is going on with this? Is this one still? Oh, this one's not even showing.
Government.
So it's not just a problem with one. Oh. Ha. Still didn't fix
Wait,
it.
what is Knightley's Discord name?
Nightly H.
Huh?
Oh no, I don't see it here still too.
Knightley, I can't find you. You're lost forever.
Where did my particles go?
You sent a message.
So I might have went over or pushed too hard and actually like.
Oh, there you are.
Well, that's actually he's angry.
No, I don't want to ban him. I want to send him a message.
This might require actual full restart, so I might just hold off on doing the particle portion of it, but I can do the rest of it.
There you go.
But Nightly, I hope you had a good New Year's. I hope this whole year goes better for everybody, but I hope your New Year's was wonderful.
I messaged you something Nightly that I think you might find some interest in. Something that since I am home for the first time in like 5 years on vacation where I'm not actually leaving the house. And I decided to take that time and be productive with it.
Yeah.
I think it's productive. Speaking of being productive, I'm going to go use the restroom.
Should I ask for a derptatorship anthem? Maybe. It was nice because I got the past 3 days off, so it was nice to have time to spend with the wife. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, I've had quite a bit of time off from it, so that's from work. That's been nice, but now I'm not looking forward to going back because I'm just so used to like not being at work. I kind of like the not being working, but still. Nice to get some breaks every now and then. So I think something like that will work. Doesn't have to be that fancy. So, okay, there is a shadow there. Though this shadow seems, technically it's there. Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, I'll just leave it like that. But see, now that light gives implication of the other light coming in. I probably can actually go brighter. And I might need to put another one on the back wall here. We're going to do that. Let's go like here, sure. Oops. And I have these lights. Wait. I am actually going to delete these. I'm going to use
Look at
these
Nightly
ones.
rubbing in the fact that he has a wife.
Because he's just saying who we hang out with. Just because you're alone doesn't mean that everybody's immediately.
Everyone else has to be sad and alone too.
I'll see you later, Wendell. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get rid of some lights. Or remove the shadow from a couple of these lights. Nightly, night. Because yeah, that's not enabled. And that's fine. These, so this is.
Oh, nightly.
No.
Oh no, you're saying night to that person. What?
You're just like not even paying attention. Then you're like, ugh.
I'm awake.
So that one's not enabled. But this means it's like 6. So I only have 2. And that's ambient and I have to get rid of 2 shadow lights. That one apparently, oh, that one actually was easy. Oh no, that one I think I have to keep shadowed on.
Well, goodbye, Wendell.
He's already
Because
left.
that's the person who's leaving.
Okay, so that one actually apparently I don't need to. It doesn't make too much of a difference. This one doesn't have it on. And then what are the room lights doing? This is the one that's stretching light behind her, so I need that as a shadowed. Does this one need a shadow? I can technically get rid of this one. I just don't like that light on the face. But I can. But
No, something about this shot just reminded me that the last time you used Trixie was in that Alucard video.
no, I used it in the Applejack 2.0.
Oh right,
It's the same face.
it is.
That's the whole reason I'm using Trixie here.
We're slow. I mean, Trixie is pretty great. She's a character I appreciated. I didn't care for much at first, but I appreciated her more and more as the show went on. She's just.
Okay, there we go.
She's redeemably irredeemable. Whatever that means.
She's an asshole.
She is, but she's like, I mean, that episode I watched recently was like the perfect, her one-liner was like, it's like, Starlight was something along the lines of, we need to learn not to use magic to solve all of our problems. And Trixie's reply was, yeah, but if we learn that, how will we have any fun? And that's just like, that's wonderful. She's like, I'm not really interested in learning life lessons. I'm interested in like screwing up and having fun doing it. She's great.
So she's relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I need to do the ground light. So, well, I guess I can just name this one. Sure, I'll do that. Hello, Luna Star. How are you? I feel like Trixie's in a dungeon or something. No, in a way, I guess. Okay, I just wanted to give a little bit of detail to that wall. So I'm just adding a blue light to it, just to have it show up in some way. Let's call it mainly not 22. I was supposed to whatever. All right, and I think I can put this in now, because then I can call it done. Is her the fire reflection in the eyes. So these need to be redone to 21210. Tends to be what I just default these to. That's not doing this right. 21210. And then this needs to be locked to her head. Okay. And then gotta just freaking blind her. This is like, my. Let's drop that back down a little bit. So this needs to be, even different than that. This needs to be kind of orange. Hello, LDO. I like to read. I do too.
He can't read. Don't let him lie to you. I will spread this rumor. Even though you just read that comment.
And you can't say you'll spread the rumor. You can't call it a rumor. Because then you're like, I'm going to make you all believe that this lie is true.
It is true.
But you just said it's a lie.
It is a lie, but it's true. It's a true lie. These are the times
it's a true lie. Isn't that a movie?
It sounds like the
True Lies, wasn't? Yeah.
I feel like that was something.
That was it was the guy when the guy because it played Bond. I don't know why the hell I'm looking this up now.
We need to stop the stream. We need to know what this was.
Brosnan or something?
True Lies.
Oh no, that was freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What's Arnold Schwarzenegger doing in movies?
Secretly a spy.
I thought he was supposed to be governing California. What the heck?
I am true, but
I am the governor.
I am the governor.
It's noises. It's Arnold noises.
My first rule will be
this city is trash. It's garbage.
Get to the White House.
Oh, such an easy impression to do.
Yes and no. Okay, so there's just a little bit of reflection in the eye. This is a little bit more difficult because of that, like, the shadow that comes in from the side. Also, the one difficulty with doing these kind of things is it is named left and right, but which is it? Camera left, right, or actor left, right? There's a difference. I go back and forth all the time, and I'm not consistent. There we go. So we're going to move it to this side. Shoop. Okay. So that works, but the one thing it still needs is probably a little bit of a rim light over here. We're going to add rim light 1. Oh, that's not even a rim light. I do probably want to change this one, but we're going to copy this one. Where'd she go? There's spawn. Just barely on the edge there. So we'll do something like this, and then dim it a little bit. Just enough to have her stand out on that edge. Because this light's going to be hitting there. This is going to be a flat surface. This is going to be much longer and stretched, so it's probably not going to pick up as much light from this source as her face is. And also it just looked better, so who cares? And the other thing is, so I have this one. This one I probably don't need to have a shadow. Oh no, I might need a shadow on this one. But I want to see. We're gonna take, and we're just gonna blind her.
No, poor horse.
She's just like, I will stare into this bright light. It will guide me. My retina's hurt.
It's fine. It'll get better, Trixie.
No. Oh, she's blind now.
No, she's okay. She's like, Trixie, blink if you're okay. He's like, like, there's no light. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's
Trixie,
even bigger concern.
Trixie, you're blind. Oops. She needed to see Celestia's light. Yes, don't step into the light, Trixie. I said, but it promised me money.
No, I would have loved that episode. Why didn't they ever do that episode where Trixie actually met some of the princesses? Because I feel like she would have been simultaneously.
She does.
When?
She does.
I don't remember. I don't think she ever
right
actually.
Here.
Yes. And she tries to murder.
And she
one.
does. No, she's fine. She doesn't murder them. She murders them low.
I feel like she would have been.
She murders one of them. There's two. It's like kidneys.
Spares.
It's like your kidneys. You could go without a kidney. You have another.
I feel like her interaction with the princesses would be simultaneously in all of them, and then also like not prepared to perform the proper etiquettes.
Trixie has been enlightened. Yes. No, so the reason, so I grabbed a separate light for this because, and actually I should make sure this light's probably casting behind her head.
I also feel like she wouldn't feel like Twilight was an actual princess. She wasn't a princess. She just got like favors from the princesses for being a good two-shoe. Hashtag not a princess. Not my princess.
So I think, so what I wanted to do is have a brighter light shined much more focused at her face. And probably at a little bit of an angle.
Yes, hashtag not my princess, exactly. Just Trixie replying to Twilight.
Because this, oh, and I should probably turn the radius down too. So this is just giving it, it's taking some of the light from the bottom and putting a much, much brighter focus right on her face. I like how that looks. Now that balances out the eye light and everything. So that looks pretty good. Is Trixie agree? She has no idea what we're talking about.
That's a yes. One blink is a yes.
One blink?
No.
What is this one?
That is, I'm in danger. Save me. That's also super cute. Look at the little head bobs.
It's time.
It's time for The Price is Right.
You don't want to get up.
I mean, that's what bedpans are for.
What do you have a cup?
Yes.
And a strong nose. Or are you like on a second floor?
It's confession time. Have you ever like pissed in a bottle because you had no other choice? Yeah, me neither.
That sounds like one of those questions you ask and you require another person to answer. Because they'd be like, yeah, I've never done it either. And then the other person's like, well, I did it one time. You're like, oh yeah, me too. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Me too.
Me too. I've never done that.
It feels like a hello, fellow children.
Hello, fellow kids.
Fellow kids, yes. Feels like one of those moments.
I'm very much at that point in my life where I'm like trying to still pretend to be young and hip, but I'm not.
It's an awkward place to be.
Because of how I have Trixie lit here, I probably actually need to change the lighting in this shot because it is not enough.
I can still pass as a high school student, right? Yeah,
No.
totally. You and me, man. I'd be prom king in no time. I can feel it. Did you go to your prom? Me neither. I don't think any bronies ever went to their prom.
That requires being socially inept.
Yeah. Like, if you're a brony, chances are you probably didn't go to your prom.
No.
I just feel like that is the case.
There's probably a lot of people that did.
Oh, yeah,
don't
people,
be
but they're not
implying things.
bronies.
Well, yeah, but at that time,
Bronies are antisocial nerds.
they're antisocial when they're within groups that are not within. Bronies, when you put in a brony environment, are not antisocial.
Yes, and only in that environment.
But that's just introverts. Introverts do not like public situations. But if you put a introvert at a convention or within a group of people that are also very, very interested in the exact same things that person is interested in, they are not an introvert. An introvert is just a specialized extrovert.
I don't even know what the purpose of a prom really is. So,
It's a dance, and here's a good thing you can do: Wikipedia it. You can freaking
it's a dance.
You can throw out like the history of the raccoon out of nowhere, but for the prom, you're like, oh.
Well, no, it's like I do know, but I don't know because I just don't get it. Like, just going to a dance for the sake of dancing, that's like being social for the sake of socializing. Who does that? Like,
Every time we go to a brony convention.
Yeah, but that's for ponies.
Yeah, and for prom, their thing is similar, just in a different sense.
There's no ponies at a prom that I'm aware of.
Well, yeah, but that's not what we're not talking about. Pony people.
Like, there's not supposed to be booze. There can be booze. If I'm guaranteed that there's going to be booze there, I'll go. Like, somebody better spike the punch.
I can so Michael pretending as his 35-year-old self walking into a high school, pretending to be the cool kid, being like, "Hey, does anybody have any alcohol?"
I was drinking in bars before I was 21. I'll admit it.
Yeah. You're like, "Yep, give me a milk." Milk.
Give me milk.
He's hardcore.
No, I definitely didn't. Definitely didn't adhere to age restrictions regarding alcohol when I was younger. But kids watching, definitely wait till you're 21. Alcohol is really, really, really bad until you're 21, and then it's great. But not until then.
Actually, it was when I turned 21 that it lost some of its fun stuff, but at the same time, before 21, anytime we did any drinking, it was always whatever the hell you got your hands on because you didn't have any taste, and so you drank horrible crap. And then, like, you actually turn 21, you're like, go inside the store, and you go and still buy the same stuff, and then you're like, wait, there's a lot of other stuff here. And then now I'm like, I've specialized to figure out exactly what I like drinking and how much I can do. I refuse to drink. That is fine because it's probably for the better.
Good,
and
yes.
I like having some drinks because as an introvert, it really helps in being
social.
It feels a lot of the times
social lubricant.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of the times in social situations, or just in general like that, my brain is doing so many things that it's hard for me to just let go on stuff. And having a couple drinks lets that happen, and it actually makes it easier for me to find ways to just be funny or goofy. When I'm sometimes when I'm working on stuff, it's hard to do that. Like, I get serious on some stuff and I don't want to be. So having a few drinks does, but I do not like I like getting to a certain point and then no further, and that is nowhere near drunk. I like having a couple drinks and then maybe staying at a certain point, but I do not like getting sloshed and like doing stupid things and barely unable to walk. That is stupid. That is the stuff you do when you just are getting drinks and you just don't care. I am way different on that regard now.
The first time I drank, because I didn't know what a hangover was, and I didn't know what limits were, I drank 14 beers in a single night. I had a really, really bad morning to the point that I probably should have gone to a hospital. But instead, I went to an amusement park called Kings Island near Columbus, Ohio. I did not have a good time. It was a bad day. It was a horrible morning, which I had the worst hangover in my life. I think when I finally got home, I slept for the better part of like 15 hours.
Okay, we are going to fix the butt. Or, as Michael would probably say, is ruin the best part of the butt.
What are you doing to the butt?
Getting rid of the bobble.
What?
Oh, actually, this didn't...
You should leave the wobble in just one short video one time and see what the comments are like. Because they would probably be amazing. Like 50% of the comments would be about the butt wobbling.
No, I can't. Because, yeah, that's great. I'm going to put a bunch of time into a video and then purposely not do something so that all the comments take over on that. Like, and actually, I brought up the other day that, like, so I did a YouTube advertisement for...
Ever forget about the butt
for the stream, and I used this GIF before.
Hey, a butt.
And yeah. Thank you for being one of the super creepy people.
Yeah.
That actually.
Well, I was already aware of the story.
Yeah. So I posted this on YouTube as the advertisement for it, and I said as a way like Twilight Landing for the stream or whatever, just because it helps pull people in if you have something animated, and the sheer number of comments that were disgusting or lewd or being that a butt was in the shot that well, hello. Welcome, Dex.
Hey, Dex.
How you doing? Thanks for the sub too. Thank you, man. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. You want to say, but so the amount of just sheer comments on just people saying very, very lewd things because there was a butt in the shot, and it got me to the point of, and there was other comments that were like, these comments are disgusting. I deleted it. It was the first time I've had to delete something on my YouTube because it was just, the comments were so bad and they were so numerous, probably close to 100.
So does this mean you're not going to leave the jiggles in for this video?
No, I'm not, because then it just makes more of those comments.
Those are my favorite comments, though.
So, but anyways, hello, Dex. I hope you're doing well. It's been a hell of a year. So,
what's just started? It's already been a hell of a year. We're done.
No, actually, so far, 2021's been okay.
I mean, work's been easy.
Yeah, you've been working real hard.
Yeah.
I sit back and I'm like, oh my. Yeah. Well, no, and see, and I understand some of the people like that are going to be like, it's a butt. But I actually, when I made that didn't cross my mind at all. It was just it was a power landing shot. There was no way to do it otherwise. But it was just so many people going
have to start doing this. All of your videos with the ponies in pants. Yeah,
they just went this like disgusting route with comments. Some of them going way too far with the comments, and then other people found it disgusting, and then that is a negative towards the audience that I'm there and not what I'm looking to do. So I had to actually delete it.
In the future, when you start doing non-pony content, will your characters be wearing pants?
Yeah. I mean, maybe. It depends.
Maybe.
I mean, if it's like an ant or something, I'm not going to put an ant in pants.
Well, like any animal you do besides ponies is just going to be your new Lion King OC. So
my Lion King OC?
Yeah, because
that just sounds like pony. Like, I'll just give them a beard. Like, no, wait, we already have this. There. Bam.
It's not a pony. That's not a pony. What is that? Not a pony. That's your original character. She looks very dapper and rich, though.
She does. She's very dapper.
Oh, that's so cute. It's almost as cute as a pony.
She needs to do like the where is it? It's this one, yeah. So when she's like, I say.
Yes, this is what all your future content will be. It's not ponies.
Yeah, do not steal
Ponies
Dex.
don't have mustaches.
You stay away from this character. Actually, you know what?
Do not steal.
I'm going to do something.
Do not steal.
This is going to be something that nobody has ever thought of in the history of all time.
Okay.
We are going to okay, there we go.
Double monocle. What do you even call that?
There's no such thing.
No.
I just invented it.
Who would have two lenses over their eyes?
Yeah,
Both eyes.
I mean, just imagine the amount of amazing things you could see. I'm gonna patent this shit.
You should.
And I was thinking about. There's also I thought about doing a 2-wheeled unicycle.
That's madness.
It's
It'll
madness.
never work. It'll never work.
Sacrilege. No, she will become too powerful. We can't do that.
He's got better
changed a lot
stuff.
since I hung around here last. Loving the depth of field focus on the camera. Yeah, I did a
He's got a
back in
camera.
September or October. I upgraded a lot of stuff. So this is a Sony A6000 camera. There's here I can.
Time to show up the swag.
So I got there's a light over there, and then there's a light up there, and it's on an arm, so I'm kind of limited. I got a light there.
He's just super heavy and he doesn't move much.
So, and then now I forgot where I had it. So
It is killing him.
no, I have it attached on an arm to my monitor because it was the only space that I had. So it's there we go. Oh, now it's way too high. Now I gotta bring it down again.
Oh wow.
And then I have a fancy lens on it too, so that it hit 1.4 aperture, and instead of the standard 4 that came with the lens that's on it. So the fancy camera, it's actually the lens that makes it great. Without that lens, it's I think something like I think this is actually the highest depth of field I can go on it. No, actually, no. Yeah. So it's more like if I had the original lens, I think it would look like that, and also just not as good. So I'm changing the aperture setting is what I'm doing. There we go. So, but yeah, I put a lot of effort into it, and it's XLR mics that me and Mike can both talk now. But it's also all of it I was able to pay for because of YouTube and Patreon and everything. So I greatly appreciate the help from all the people that are able to make everything look way, way better on here and sound better and stuff. So
This was a Christmas present.
XLR mics are the shit. Well, before I had a USB mic, and we tried using Michael's as well, but we couldn't sync them. You cannot sync to USB mics at all. It's impossible. So I got an XLR. Adam sold me his old, because he got a new one. He had a 2-input XLR mixer. And so now I can plug both of them in, and there is no syncing issues. They just the same signal. And this is the first stream, SFM stream, that he actually has his mic working. Yeah, so then they're both the same mics.
Yep.
And mic. But
3 mics.
no, it's I'm happy with the setup now. There's still a couple of things on the audio that I want to play with. And we're still tweaking. Some of the stuff is I want to make some things more flexible. Like right now, the camera is screwed onto the arm. I want to get a quick release so that I can actually remove it easier instead of right now it's very much locked in. And there is a whole nother video setup that we want to do for some other stuff in the future, but that's not until spring or summer.
It's $400 worth of microphones right now, so I hope it sounds pretty decent.
Yeah, because this is their Blue Spark Blackout Edition. No, yeah. I was gonna get with the Blue Ember. These are $200 mics, but the reason I got these was some of the cheaper ones. So I wanted to get the Blue Ember originally because it's a very good sound as well. They were $100 each, but it doesn't come with a shock mount. The shock mount for that special mic costs more. And there is that thought of you have to get a shock mount and all that stuff. This one, it's a $200 mic, but it comes with its own shock mount, a nice shock mount. That is a savings right there. So it ended up priced to performance wise, and it ended up working out the best. And then I did kind of go fancier. I got Rode PSA-1 arms, mainly because they go a lot farther, and I like having something that I can move and it stays there. The cheap ones, they were weighed down, they fell, they didn't hold, and I was having problems. And these ones are super good. I am happy with these. So,
man, my Blue Yeti, which was like $100, it sounds good, but it's a USB mic, so you can't really sync it.
yeah, actually, Dex, I had a AT2020 USB mic. That was actually, it's actually on the couch right over there because we had an emergency yesterday that we almost had to use it for a little bit. But yeah, that was the one I was using. Sound was fine. A USB mic can sound amazing. XLR is what you. Thanks for the follow, Michael. A XLR is the only way to get two mics to work, though, because I would play with the settings to get it exactly right so that we could sound very close to each other, but it was still slightly off. And then I would stop streaming, restream, and it would be different again. USB is just the processing, and it was impossible. This is all speed of light, so there's no, it's so USB or not doesn't matter to me, but it's when you had to do more than one mic that it became an issue. Yeah, and really, it's how much you spend on a mic will change how good it sounds out of the box. That does not mean that that you can't get something really good outside of that. So on the stream, I have a lot. I have what is it? There's a V2 plugins, and it's a compressor. It's an EQ. And I have all these settings on there so that it sounds way different than just coming straight out of the mic. Straight out of the mic, it still sounds good, but it definitely gets much better, mainly because of the compressor. But I still feel like there's a couple things in the compressor. So what a compressor does, for those that don't know, is it makes, because so that if you're talking really quiet or you're talking really loud, it's going to bring everything down into a much more compressed range. So the quiets get louder and the loud things get quieter. And then when you do that, though, you usually have to turn up the volume a little bit so that you're compressing it all down, then moving it to the hearable range. And I'm still trying to get that tweaked a little bit, because anytime I go and test a mic, I'm like, test. Is that a real-world situation? No, I don't know what that sounds like. So I have to go back to previous streams and listen to them, and from there determine how to improve it. And I'm still figuring some of that out. But it's interesting. I've learned a lot. USB mics are decent, but they're bottlenecked by the onboard sound cards built in with the mic and with the sound card you have on the motherboard. Yeah, well, to a degree, like you can still, in those other programs, get it to be pretty close to, but you're going to have to fight it a lot more. But there's convenience that comes with it. If you really just want to buy a mic for $100 as a USB mic, you can have a huge boost in quality for cheap. Then there's the next step up about going towards XLR. But if you go XLR, then you have to have a mixer, or and in this case, since I'm using the compressor mics, it has to be a mixer or a something with phantom power. Thankfully, this one has phantom power. So there's all these other expenses to worry about.
This setup is pricey compared to most.
Yeah, but I originally just started with this for like the first year. Then I got an AT2020. I used that for about 3 years. I was using it wrong the entire time. If you go back to the old streams, like a couple of years ago, I would put it on the desk facing the wrong direction. And so it boosted, and the audio was so bad. And I just never really looked into it. And then I figured out how I was supposed to use it, and I changed things. And for about a couple months before I got this set up, it was a lot better. But these are still much better than those were too. Plus, I really like the look of these, because they are
pretty snazzy.
Yeah, these are they're pretty. Oh, come on, there we go. So I just like the shape of them.
That one here.
I think they're really
my mic.
Yeah. So I think I really like the shape of them, because again, you're on stream with video, so it's about not just stop looking at Michael.
It likes me better.
Yeah, that's better.
No.
So it's so it's something I wanted something that also would look nice on stream if I needed. And normally I would have this like up vertical to be out of the way more and have better range, but then Michael wouldn't be able to see the screen, so I have to. That's why it's kind of down closer to the keyboard than I would like. And I have a loud keyboard, which doesn't help. Oh yeah, we're gonna go with Postrixie. I think this shot is done though. I think other than getting those particles for those fixed, I think I can call this one done.
Oh, hey, Kelchan.
Hello, Kelchan. We were just talking about you earlier. Yeah, sorry you missed the Jackbox
you all the time
with the recordings up there. No, we were just looking at YouTube and like where views come from, and I was saying that the #1 video that has had people pulled into my channel has been the Canterlot battle of yours. It like if you take the section of just suggested videos at the end of other videos, just that small section, 5% of all of those come from Canterlot Battle. And so it was like, yes, Couch in here, because it just ended up being funny. The enemy of XLR condenser mics. If you had a dynamic mic, probably not. But an AT2020 is definitely condenser. But I like condenser because it's just, I don't want to have to be like eating the mic. I've been considering changing to a keyboard that is not so clicky. But I like my keyboard, and it's one of those that I don't want to put the expense into it unless it is like I have nothing else to buy.
But I have a weird keyboard though.
I like my keyboard.
I had to use it one time just to like type in the password for Discord, and I hated it the second I touched it.
I love this keyboard. It's a I believe a Razer. Yeah, it's a Razer mechanical keyboard, just a standard one. I love this keyboard because I wanted a super clicky keyboard.
Like I have a cheap keyboard, and I like it. I don't know how much you paid for that keyboard, but
like $100, just standard price.
I paid like $15 for my keyboard.
No, I do want to get a different keyboard. I want to get one that has the option to go wireless, so I can move around with it a little bit more. But I want to mainly still have it plugged, or at least it doesn't have like the bad matrices on the clicking, but.
It is true I am old, but he's older.
Mike, you just hate it because you're too old to understand it.
Yeah.
No, a mechanical keyboard is satisfying. Actually, if I could, getting one of those old Microsoft like gray keyboards, like the super old there's a
the ones that are turning yellow.
I forgot what they're called, but there's a specific one from Microsoft that's really popular, and there's a company that owns the patent for that design, and they make new versions of them that are the same shape. And all the key switches are the exact same because they have the patent for it.
I think the biggest selling point for me for a keyboard is, are the keys easily removed?
Oh, these ones are.
Yeah, mine are too.
I've cleaned my keyboard like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like he says, like he spilled coffee on. Actually, I had a Black Widow. It wasn't a Chroma X, but it was a flat. Yeah, and they were nice. But it's a waste of coffee too. But no, I've had stuff in mine too. I just about 2 months ago, I pulled all my keys off and did a deep clean. Yeah, and then it just looks like brand new again.
Mm-hmm. Like if you have a keyboard and you can't take the keys off, that's a bad keyboard. If you can take the keys off and it still works, that's a good keyboard.
There's I think the Linus Tech Tips did a video of like, can you run your keyboard through the dishwasher? And they've tested every one of them, and I believe every one of them came out and worked fine.
Really? Mm-hmm. My thought is, from the perspective of somebody who works with electronics, is they might work fine the day after, but a week after or a month after, I would think that's where.
Well, I mean, you're not going to like wash it and then immediately use it. You're going to dry it first.
Yeah. But there's going to be like mineral deposits from the water, and there's going to be corrosion over
There was
time.
some. I mean, you're not putting dish soap in there.
Like you don't get something wet and then boom, it's corroded. You get something wet and then you wait a month and then it's corroded.
I don't know. Use better water.
It's going to corrode it no matter how good the water is. The mineral deposits are just a giveaway of water damage. It's still going to corrode it.
No. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm going to be... You're wrong. This is America.
Maybe if all of your water is rubbing alcohol, you'll be fine.
Good night, Natalie. If you're still here, I will be messaging you probably the next week here. Had a keyboard that was so rugged when I used to clean the crud out. I would hang it from a tree and use a water hose on it. No, that's what people were talking about. Like you can do that with keyboards, and so that's why they tested that. And most of them, or as far as I know, all of them worked afterwards. But they said do not expect to maintain your manufacturer's warranty if they know you did that. But in general, they said it works.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it.
I bought a fancy keyboard that required loading proprietary software. Read that as spyware, but it wasn't compatible with PCs. Well, most keyboards should be able to plug in and get the functionality of push key, get key.
Yeah.
That should always work because that's a keyboard has to run from the BIOS, and that is basically the basic function of a keyboard is to be able to at least function within a BIOS. And if they can run the BIOS, it can run on at least Windows. You're not going to get your certain function keys or other controls or macro keys to work, and you might not get some other fancy elements of it. It might just be basic presses, but it should work in at least a general fashion.
I've had keyboards that will not work in the BIOS, and I've had to keep a spare keyboard to the side. That was just a cheaper keyboard that would run the BIOS without any kind of proprietary software.
Yeah. If you should be able to, Alexander, like actually pop the keys off. There's actually special tools you can get to do it. Otherwise, literally just like get your finger underneath or a flathead and just once you pop off one key, all the rest are easy. Because all the rest you can get underneath them really easy.
Keyboard
if it's super flat buttons, you might have to be careful that you don't bend them or anything, but like I got the big thick buttons, so I'm not worried about it. And then just be careful on like shift and space, because normally they put like a metal bar across to make the pushing of it even. And so when you go to lift it off, it might stop because you hit the metal bar and you have to find like the clips to potentially unclip them. I
will say this about keyboards, as far as I bought a $5 keyboard once, and my fingers wore off the letters on the keys, and like after a few months, and that was a bad keyboard. That was a crappy keyboard.
FOE's doing a second printing of pink eyes. No, it's really any keyboard works. The only difference between why I would pick a gaming keyboard over a regular keyboard is that most keyboards have a matrices that they send data in, and the matrix is like all what this group of keys falls within these 8 bits that are sent down the line. And so normally, unless you have like a special more expensive keyboard that doesn't have any of those individual matrices and all the data sent individual per key, if they do it like that, you can usually only have like 2 or 3 keys down within that matrix at once. If it's built to be an office keyboard, the matrix is pretty evenly split across the board or based on certain usage. That means that W, A, S, and D are all within the same matrix, or you're going to be using those keys more often than others, meaning you can't hit a certain amount of them down at once. Once you hit that limit, you can't hit any more buttons within that matrix. A gaming keyboard usually will split your W, A, S, D keys into their own matrices that spread to the keys around those. So it's made so that for gaming use, so that it's just more efficient. So that's when gaming is normally
you gain that extra half a millisecond in time or whatever.
No, the millisecond stuff isn't the issue to me. It's if you are if say that you're playing WoW and you're doing W and A and 3 to use a skill, no other key in that matrix will now work because you've put all 3 keys down. So, but in a gaming keyboard, if you double check, and that's why it's good to check, if it's split up right, W and A will be on their own separate matrix. So they have their own limits. And so they're built to make it so that the use of those keys in that area are better broken up for that purpose.
I don't know. I guess I don't game enough or something.
Well, or you're not doing competitive type gaming where you're going to be hitting multiple keys at once. And it depends on the keyboard. That was something from years ago. Maybe they've changed to where they're better about it.
Yeah.
Original Matter keyboards had the alphabetic standard ABCD across the rows. People types so fast the strikers would tangle. No, actually, I believe that was actually debunked. That wasn't the case.
I thought it was just putting letters next to one another that wouldn't get hung up on one another. Basically, you wanted to put round letters next to letters with jagged edges so that on old typewriters, they wouldn't hang on each other. That's why if you look at a lot of the keys, they generally try to keep like pointy edges away from one another was the general goal.
Yeah, there was a thing
was
about
my
like
thought.
that whole thing about making it purposely harder to use, because they said that there are people that can type ultra fast on typewriters and like in the well over 100 words a minute, and they're able to do fine on it. I can't remember. I was reading up on a thing that was basically saying that isn't the actual reason. I can't remember the actual reason for it.
I have to look it up again, but I'm pretty sure it was just. I think that it was basically just keeping edge, like the point, like say you got like the C, you wouldn't want it. It had something to do with it, just making sure things didn't get hung up on the typewriters, as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong. It has something to do with typewriters, is what influences the layout on the keyboard.
That's what Google's for. Is you just go up and Google stuff. So, my most of these keys are blank. No, well, there's also most people know the QWERTY board, which is QWERTY being the word across the top left of your board. But there's also the Dvorak, I think it was.
Never heard of the word.
Yeah, it's let me double check. It's QWERTY versus Dvorak, I believe it was called. Yeah, Dvorak. So it's an alternate keyboard layout. So.
Ooh. That is not okay.
So the purpose of this layout is putting all of the keys in a layout to optimize typing. So putting all the most important buttons or keys based on current language within the home row or as close to the advanced as possible. Like they were saying, like, why is J within your prime real estate of your right finger when it's not used as much? So this is about doing that. But most studies, when they actually found people that got used to it, found that the increase in performance was like 2 or 3%. There was no reason to actually change to it because it was not enough of a difference. But it was an interesting concept. People were originally saying that it was definitely more efficient, but it was only from a theoretical standpoint, from like thinking about like finger travel. But there's more than just finger travel. But it's still an interesting thing. Things can't improve unless you give people an opportunity with something like this. Yeah, well, it's going to decrease because you're not used to it. That's all it takes, is just getting used to it. There's a typing keyboard that I saw where I wouldn't know what to search for it, but it was two like round balls, like you'd have your hands on, and you would spin them and then click, and each of them at different notches would have identifiers for different things. And I guess it's not for general person use. It's more for certain people that have difficulty with the dexterity needed for typing. It gave them a means of typing. Definitely much slower, but most people that used it said it was actually pretty easy and intuitive to learn to do it, but it was still nowhere near as fast as a normal keyboard for normal people. But for people that just had difficulty typing, it was actually an option that was useful and gave them the ability to type much quicker than they would otherwise. So that was kind of cool. There's lots of options out there.
What I am reading about why it is a lot of people are saying basically when typers would type too fast, it would cause the mechanical keys to jam on one another. So they basically put it in a layout to make the most common keys harder to reach to slow typists down.
But why is most common keys A, S, and D?
Like, no, they made the more common keys harder to reach.
But A, S, and D are right there with your main fingers.
Yeah. I mean, that's everything I'm reading is that's what it's saying. Is like they wanted them to slow typists down.
I can see them
typewriters from jamming.
I can see that they would intermix certain letters within others so that they're not trying to move it away to purposely slow you down, but to space out to put a common letter with an uncommon letter, so the chances of you hitting two keys right next to each other really close would be less likely.
Yeah.
But it's not for the purpose of saying we want to mess you up.
No, it was for the purpose of slowing people down so that the keys wouldn't jam on one another.
But the thing is anytime you give anybody any format, they're going to learn it and they're going to type at the same speed. I mean, it doesn't change anything.
Over time, it doesn't change anything. But I think their thought was in the immediate.
But then you're creating a standard for it to solve something in the immediate. Then in the super long run, which is what you should be fighting for. Yeah. No, that doesn't sound right at all.
I mean,
no, it's not. I can see if two heads are right next to each other, you're going to have problems.
Yeah.
So if you do that, putting a W, E, and an R.
Well, they always had to strike right after, no matter where the letter was, it always had to strike right next to the previous letter. So I don't know.
Jules wants you to do a Starlight Glimmer impression. Why do you always lean forward?
I have to think about it.
You can just stay where you are.
Well, you just don't want me to get too close to the mic or I'll blow it out again.
Well, because you get loud.
I'm loud. And Starlight Glimmer. It's like, darn you, Twilight Sparkle. I was gonna take over this town and turn it into a utopia, and you're a mean horse, and now I'm your friend, and I'm a unicorn. You're not that cool. I'm better. Because down with the princesses, actually we're friends now. It's okay. I run the school. I am the Starlight of the Glimmers, yes. That was pretty good, Starlight, right? I am the Starlight of the Glimmers.
Oh, I can't. I was going to try to, like, zoom in on you, but I apparently can't. Can I? Wait, can I? I got to see if I can do this. Can I? I need to figure out, like, can I make Michael really, really big?
I thought you were going to try to make me, like, if you wanted to make me Starlight Glimmer, you should turn me purple. Like...
I can do that.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on.
No, you stay away from that. I can do it. I got it right here. You sit down. So we're gonna do saturation way up.
Okay, see now?
Well, no, you're not the right purple.
Which... Now I'm red. No, there we go. I am... Look, I gotta have a horn. Like, I am Starlight Glimmer. I am Russian.
There we go. Look at that quality.
This is it. I am charging my magics.
No, here, it's charging.
I am horse. I have hooves. This is clearly the moment I ended the world. They forgive me though. I wipe out all life, all civilization. They say, it's fine. You're cute, so I'm adorable. Look how cute I am. I am Starlight Glimmer. Look at my hair. It's amazing. I love it. I just want to go out and, like, why does it look so poofy? I wish my hair was actually that poofy.
How do I need to figure out, like, jeez. Still, can I...
I'm very purple.
There we go. I think I found it. Oh, no, that isn't it. Damn.
Just notice Mike's shirt. Yes, I have a derpy and a Doctor Who's.
That's not it. I need to figure out we can zoom in on Starlight, Michael.
I am horse.
I thought I found it, but I'll have to play with that because I'm not sure. Well, we're gonna get rid of that because that is disgusting. And now it seems like, no, I don't like this anymore.
You liked me better when I was purple. I see how it is.
Purple Mike is best Mike.
All right, we're gonna do Mike stream now. No, wait, who are you? This
is
my
we have another one here. Derpy yelling exterminate. Just don't yell it, I guess.
Exterminate.
What is she exterminating?
The doctor. Give me muffins.
But she can't exterminate the doctor.
Why not?
They're like homeboys.
Well, I mean, I think they're brother and sister, according to... No, that's like the legit script said that they were brother and sister in episode 100.
But if they're supposed to be the doctor and the companion...
Well, I mean, the show had them as brother and sister.
They can't be, like, because a companion is like a friend, because they can't be, because they're not a Time Lord. Don't mess with my Doctor Who canon.
I know. My canon was that they was the doctor and the companion. I like the doctor and companion thing too, but apparently, according to the scripts, they were brother sister.
Just like
shirt. Now you know.
I see. That's why the reference.
Like
came
Doctor Who's and Derpy Who's, according to the official show. Yes, they're brother and sister.
Let's see. Wait, what?
That was
Well, that's what they said. Yeah, I guess.
basically in the script.
Take anything he says
As
with
a
grain of
side
salt.
note. Yeah, no, sure. Take what I say with a grain of salt. But according to the side notes of parts that were essentially like left out of the writing part, but what was basically noted to the staff, that when episodes were being written, Derpy Who's and Doctor Who's were written as siblings. But because they didn't state it outright in the show, take that with a grain of salt.
Mine has been blown. Anyways, so or this way. So we're already half hour over tonight.
Well
over. So stream is gonna be done for tonight. We will be streaming next Tuesday again. Yes. There's nothing weird going on next Tuesday. So we'll be back next Tuesday. Not this weekend, but the weekend after. We are probably going to start doing our Fallout 76 stream, which would be me, Michael, and then 2 of our other friends. We're going to be doing like a 4-person play through the game. We played through it when it first came out. There's been a lot of changes since then, and none of us have played it since then. So we're going to be kind of curious how that goes. Fallout 76 is still a kind of rough game, but when you have a bunch of friends in there, it makes for a fun sandbox. So that's what we're planning to start doing. As to the exact times, it's probably going to be on every Sunday. We'll be streaming that, maybe a couple mixed in randomly. You can see it right there.
No.
So anyways, that's our plan right now. I'll probably put it on the schedule once we know for sure, but I'm guessing we're going to start probably between like 4 and I don't know. I don't know exactly when, because we're going to have dinner in there or something. So we'll figure something out for a Sunday time, but not this weekend, the weekend after.
There we go.
I'm trying to think of a way, like,
how can I punish you?
is there a way to delete mic? Is like is there an auto mic crop? That's kind of what he is.
Welcome back to the mic stream. We're gonna do. Oh, I'm gone. Hey, how you doing?
Anyways, trying to channel with comments. As long as they're positive comments. Anyways, there it goes. Have a good weekend, guys. Have a good New Year. Hopefully your New Year's great. And all that stuff. So
2021, guys. A whole new year to mess up.
So here is your kitty with the best song of all time. And have a good night, everybody, or good morning, Kelchan.
Good morning.
Not if Mike establishes was like murder.
Dictatorship.
It sounds delicious. I want some dirt taters. I'm gonna give me a good old dirt tater hot dish. No, you shut up about that. You're in Minnesota now. Learn the language. It's duck, duck, gray duck. Yes, there is. There's no such thing as gray ducks.
No, they're not real.
You've not looked at ducks.
Ducks aren't real.
Ducks aren't real.
Ducks aren't real. Birds aren't real in general.